Welcome, Bear fans, to the Bearcast on WestBranch.Football.com. It's a beautiful night for football. A little breezy, a little bit less than it was about an hour ago, I can tell you. But they'll feel it, but the temperature is just about as good as you could ask for on a September 27th. Well, in the booth tonight, I am joined by the longest tenured voice of the Bears in the history of the program. I'm Jason Miller, the current voice of the Bears, but the voice of the Bears. The two gentlemen that are going to join me tonight, either up here in the booth or on the field, are the ones that began it all. On the field tonight, sideline Jerry Flegel is back. And if you recall, from 1983 through 1986, until he decided to move to parts unknown, he was our voice of the Bears through the Marv Cook era and then on into the Mark Jensen era and the Ryan Burton, the first year of those. And then right after that, Coach Peterson said, we got to find somebody else. So he asked one of his old softball buddies, Wayne Lang. For 29 years, he was the voice of the Bears through all the championship years. He's going to join me here in the booth. I'm going to flip it over to you, Wayne. What's it like to be back in the booth, seeing it from a different level? This is a different press box. You don't feel like you're going to fall out like the old one.
Oh, I tell you, this is a real treat. It's been a while since I've done this, so you may have to coach me a little bit here tonight. I'm not sure.
I can tell you, he's ridden a bike before, he's rode a horse before, and it's just like jumping on and trying it all over again. Once the ball's snapped, I think you're going to be all right.
But I'm a lot older now. That's the problem.
We'll get into a few stories here and there, maybe more than a few throughout the night, and maybe at halftime we'll regale a few tales with both of these gentlemen. But a football game tonight that has some deep meanings as far as, early season playoff implications. West Branch began the season with 2 losses, then got a win the last time we were here at Butch Peterson Field, and then won their opening district game last week at Cascade. Whereas you flip the coin around, the Blazers won their first 2 and now have lost their last 2. So this is one of those games, Wayne, early in the season. The beginning of the season doesn't matter. When you get into district play, this is what matters for the playoffs.
Right. I thought last week was a real step forward, and I considered last week to be a little bit of a measuring stick, and I think this is going to be a real measuring stick tonight.
There are a lot of similarities between the communities of Dyersville and Cascade. They're only 20, 25 minutes apart. So one thing about, if you've known through the years, when we played Dyersville Beckman here in West Branch or in Dyersville, they have a lot of Iowa beef up front. They are always big, Wayne. Always.
Big kids. So,
well, what are you looking forward to, I think, the most tonight, not just from being up here in the booth, but from these teams? What are some of those things you like?
Well, it sounds like I was doing a little bit of reading on Dyersville here, and it sounds like they got 2 guys that are kind of the go-to guys, so I'm anxious to see them in action. And I think it's Raker and Burlage. And for the Bears, I want to see how they gel. It's what is this, the 5th game of the season?
Yeah.
And by now things should probably be worked out. I realize that Rios has stepped in and done a great job at quarterback for him. So I just think it's going to be interesting to see how smooth they look tonight.
Yeah, and I think the one thing from West Branch that hasn't been there's been consistency, or a little bit less consistency, is on the front line. You've been seeing some of the injuries, but kids are stepping up. Like they always say over at Iowa, next man in.
Yep.
And right now, you see Jericho Hobbs is getting a start tonight at that right tackle spot in the place of Finn McCullough. The stalwarts are, you've got 2 seniors that are really anchoring this line, Wayne. I think you can see it. Tate Franz in the middle, and next to him, Cole Crossway.
Yep. I just don't think you can beat the seniors. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Even when you get into, going back a few years in that, if you've got a senior-dominated team, you're probably in a pretty good position. But it takes a while for the younger guys to come around and get going.
And even up front, that's the best part. When you got them up front, they've been playing a little bit. And real quick, we got about a minute and a half before we're going to take a break. I'm going to jump in to Jerry Flegel right behind you. Jerry, you got the experience. You're coming back after being a granddad. You've been painting houses, but now you're back on the sideline. What are just the excitement of being back around the football game again? But what are you hoping to see tonight?
Well, I'm hoping to see a good game, and I think we will. On there, as you mentioned, both teams are 2-2, so I think it's going to be it's kind of the rubber match. Whoever gets the win here sets himself up for some success, I think, in the district. You get a loss, it's going to be a lot tougher. It's would be tougher for Dyersville Beckman on that, since that'll be their second loss in the district on that. So I think this is the first game that I've been to this year. In fact, I don't even think I got here last year, so I've been enjoying the grandfather life and so forth like that, which is what I intended to do. But it's not that I didn't love working on the Bearcast, because I do. So you didn't have to twist my arm too much on the 7th green this summer to get me to come.
That's it. This is how it went, and then we'll go to a break. I said when I took over this, I had the pleasure of being asked to take over as the voice of the Bears. It's a complete honor to me. I said I would want two things. I want, hopefully Matt's with me, and I said I want to do a game with Wayne Lang and Jerry Flagel. So I first talked with you, Wayne, at a golf tournament at Kelowna.
Yep.
And I asked you once or twice, and you're like, "What are you asking?"
I
and
thought
Patty
you were
finally, you thought I was joking.
I thought you were joking. Yeah.
And then your wife chimes in. Patty, bless her heart, says, "Wayne, he wants you to do a game with him."
Well, I think you gave me probably the best compliment you could have given me the other night when you said that maybe in a small way I influenced you into coming into this and doing this. And that made me feel good. That's the best thing, and that's what this is all about. That's what it's all about. It's a brotherhood, really. So
yeah. And then talking with Jerry mentioned with him, I talked to you first, and then I went to Jerry, and Jerry said, "You know what? I always wanted to do a game with Wayne also." So it happened at the golf course on the 7th, with you at the golf course, with Jerry on the 7th Red Box 7T at West Branch. Golf brought us all together, I guess, this year.
I couldn't wait to work with Jerry. We go way back. So
and Jerry,
it's just a pleasure.
It is. I tell you what, Wayne, you just about made me get to tears there. Hopefully we don't do that tonight. Jerry, listening to your call, I can still recall you with the Columbus Junction fumble return of Marv Cook. One of the great calls. That and your Kevin Braddock 90-yard call at the Dome are two of the greatest calls from this booth behind this microphone in program history.
I remember Columbus Junction. We went down there and played, and they had a terrible storm, and
that's correct.
Their crow's nest swayed in the wind. So they had a lightning storm, and we had to walk from that crow's nest to the school. So I'm feeling good. I'm still walking here.
Well, we'll catch up with more of these stories, but right now we're going to take a break. Got to pay some bills, and we're also going to hear from West Branch seniors Cole Crosswaite and Reed Brook. You're listening to the Bearcast on WestBranch.Football.com.
This is Marcy Willier with Urban Acres Real Estate. Are you looking to buy or sell a home in the West Branch area or surrounding communities, or just have questions in general? Give me a call at 319-936-5899. Go Bears!
Whether you're in a hurry headed to the game, squeezing in lunch between meetings, or if you just want to avoid the crowd, try Main Street Suites' new online ordering. Log on to MainStreetSuitesWB.com and click on online ordering to begin your order. You can customize your sandwiches or ice cream just the way you want, pay online, and then call when you arrive to have it brought to your car. Online ordering from Main Street Suites, proud supporter of the West Branch Bears.
Prep profile this week, Cole Crosswaite. It's going to be one of two, but the big guy's going first, number 76. First of all, tell me all about this number. What was the choice? Why did you choose this number?
I don't know. I was always pretty big and tall for my age. I grew quickly, so I wanted a bigger lineman number, and I like the number 7. And I don't know, 76 just kind of spoke to me, I guess.
And now it's yours permanently.
Yep, I've had it every year.
All right. What do you do besides football? What other things are you involved in?
I play basketball every year, and then golf. I played soccer freshman year, but I don't know. That's not really for me.
You were dominating, so you just quit?
Pretty much.
Okay. How's the season gone up to this? Half the season is over. That's crazy to think. Half the regular season is done. How do you feel it's gone thus far?
Yeah, I mean, we had some really tough opponents at the start, obviously, but I think it's going well now. And everyone says that, senior year it's going to go fast. I'm I don't know. I thought it'd be every other year, but it has gone pretty fast, so.
Yeah, 4 of 8 games are done. Quick math, like I said, half the season. That's pretty wild. Do you have a favorite football team besides West Branch? Who is it?
Well, I mean, I really like the Iowa Hawkeyes. Okay. Go to their games, and then NFL Miami Dolphins.
The Dolphins.
Yeah, I don't know. My uncle's a Dolphins fan, and
So
I
that's
like
how-
their colors, and
Okay.
I don't know.
So you're an only child.
Yeah.
How does that? Do you get everything you want?
Not all the time, but it's pretty nice.
Yeah, sometimes I always wonder what it would be like to be the only one. So that's why I asked that question. Do you have a favorite play or favorite game that you've ever been a part of?
I'd probably say sophomore year, our fresh soft team against Wilton.
Okay.
That was a really good game, went into overtime. We were both undefeated last game of the season, so.
You know what? It's always good to have 1, 2, 3, or 4 memories because you're going to remember this for the rest of your life. So if you have one thing that you're hoping for this week kind of goes on for this team, what do you think are the strengths for West Branch?
Just if up front, if we can win up front this week, I think we'll be good. They have a big line. I think if we execute, we can do well.
Okay. Well, it's always next man in no matter what the situation. And so far, West Branch this year has had 7 or 8 guys up front doing the job, led by yourself. You're a senior leader on the line. How does that make you feel?
It feels good. I know what I'm doing. I know what other people do, so I try and help out when I can.
That's all you can ask for out of a senior captain, Cole Crossweight. You know what else we're going to ask him to do? I don't even know. Maybe he'll figure it out.
Go Bears.
Go Bears.
Go Bears.
Okay, that's a little better.
EMS Detergent Services has been providing janitorial supplies to businesses across the Midwest for over 50 years. Based in North Liberty, EMS uses products made right here in Iowa and offers exceptional and affordable services for their clients. Learn more at emsdetergentservices.com. Julie and Dan Hayes at EMS Detergent Services, proud supporters of the West Branch Bears.
For over 50 years, the Fullwider Insurance Agency has provided quality insurance coverage for the West Branch area. The Fullwider Agency provides superior customer service and quality insurance solutions for you. As trusted choice independent agents, we're able to find the best insurance products and services available to protect you, your family, and your business. Call 643-2695 to ask for a free insurance review. The Fullwider Agency, a proud supporter of the West Branch Bears.
Prep Profile Part 2. And the second member of the Brook family. I know you adjust your phone or your television or whatever you can wisely. Of course, he looks like his brother. Who's older?
Me by 2 minutes.
That makes you 2 minutes smarter, 2 minutes better looking.
Probably
What?
a little more than 2 minutes, but yeah.
Probably. That's a great answer. Okay. So you're 2 minutes older. He's had the opportunity to interview before, now it's you.
Yep.
You're a senior on the football team. Unfortunately, you haven't had the opportunity to play this year. What is it like to think back to freshman year until now?
It's been a lot different as freshmen. I think a lot of change with the football program, different coaches, a lot of different players. We do a lot of stuff different these days. A lot has changed by the tradition and everything, but we still have like the same bones, I'd say, the same structure. We still try to do the same stuff, keep it really similar. Obviously, with Butch being gone, it's a lot different.
What do you think is at the heart of a West Branch football player? When you get right down to it, what is at the heart of a West Branch Bear?
I would say just toughness and dedication to the program. Obviously, a lot of care about this program and the stadium that we're in right now. The town. You got a lot of people watching you, a lot of kids that are looking up to you, that want to be like you.
I didn't ask Cole this question, but I'm going to ask you. It's homecoming week. What is does homecoming have a special meaning or anything, or is it really just another week? Or is it a blend?
I wouldn't say it's the most important thing, but it's definitely special.
And why is that? And why is that? Is it just the experience of it all? Because it's not going to happen again.
Yeah, I'm taking everything in right now. It's I'm viewing it as it's my last time, which obviously it is. I'm trying to make it last, enjoy it, and not take it for granted.
So what other things besides football are you going to be involved in for your senior year?
Golf, definitely. Big on the golf team, like my brother said, maybe it's a soccer year. Who knows? One last team sport. I can get out there and try my best, try my hardest, leave it all on the field.
Yeah, because you know you aren't going to get another opportunity. You don't want to look back 15 years from now and say, I wish I would have, right?
Yeah, like, because I'm already missing. I've missed most this football season. I haven't played any games yet. I haven't practiced all summer. I haven't practiced at all because I've been injured. My back, you know.
So what are you thinking about after high school? Or is that too far away to begin even putting thought into yet?
I'm going to go to college somewhere. I'm just not sure where. I really don't know, like, what major I want to be or what I want to do. I'm wearing a Kirkwood shirt right now, though, so maybe Kirkwood.
Go Eagles?
Go Eagles,
Yeah,
you know.
there you go. So will you and your brother probably go to the same schools, or is it time to
Not necessarily.
spread your wing like eagles and fly away?
Yeah, I think it might be time for that, but Kirkwood is, it's a good option. It's cheap. Not sponsored by Kirkwood or anything, but
It's like he's done it. He's a
Yeah.
professional.
yeah.
Why don't you look out here and look what's going on? And when you talked about the importance of what's at the heart of a Bear, and you spoke specifically of this stadium and everything that's in it. What do you see out here that's so special?
Just how hard everyone tries, how hard they want to be, like, stay together, be a family, just help one another out on the field. They all want to try their hardest, and they all want to win.
That's what it's all about. I mean, it starts from the field, starts to the stand, starts to that guy's statue up there who was coaching for 40 years, and it ends right here with these guys wearing these jerseys, which means it's go Bears.
Go Bears.
Go Bears.
Want to watch tonight's game? All regular season varsity home games are streamed live on the West Branch Football YouTube channel. If you'd like to watch a road game or any other game, the YouTube channel will also have video highlights and condensed game replays. Just go to WestBranch.Football for more information.
Introducing SnapStack Checking and Savings from Fidelity Bank and Trust. With SnapStack, you can earn cash back on your everyday transactions, plus 5.12% APY on savings balances up to $5,000. Open yours today and make bank in a snap. It just makes sense. No minimum balance required to obtain APY. If checking activity qualifications are not met, all savings balances earn 0.05% APY. Visit bankfidelity.bank for terms and conditions on the account. Fidelity Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
This is Marcy Willier with Urban Acres Real Estate. Are you looking to buy or sell a home in the West Branch area or surrounding communities, or just have questions in general? Give me a call at 319-936-5899. Go Bears!
Hodge Construction is a leader in developing commercial and academic spaces, multifamily condos, townhomes, and more. Hodge Construction began in Iowa City in 1981, focusing on residential construction. Through positive relationships and quality projects, Hodge has continued to grow and expand its project diversity over the past nearly 40 years. At Hodge, clients aren't customers, they are partners. The Bearcast for the 2024 football season is presented by Marcy Willier with Urban Acres Real Estate. Also brought to you by Dan and Julie Hayes with EMS Detergent Services, Fidelity Bank and Trust, the Fullwider Insurance Agency, Hodge Construction, Main Street Suites, and the West Branch Times.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another exciting week of West Branch football. I am current voice of the Bears, Jason Miller. Alongside me tonight is my co-host. It's an honor to be sitting next to voice of the Bears for 30 years, for the 80s, the 90s, and the early part of the 2000s. Wayne Lang joins me tonight for a very key district battle here at the Little Rose Bowl. And Wayne, one thing you know about West Branch football is it's always been a smash-mouth physical program. And that's going to play a key role tonight against another physical football team.
I expect that we're going to see a very physical football game tonight. I'll guarantee you. Both teams kind of have the same style, and I don't think either one of them is going to back down here.
Cole Mather, the head coach of the Blazers, 2-2. They currently sit out. They win their first two games to the Blazers. They've lost their third and their fourth game, including last week the first district game, a 35-7 loss to top 3 ranked in 1A, the Wilton Beavers. But when you watch that film, and I've talked with our coaches this week, Wayne, they said that score, and they weren't joking, when they said 35-7 was not indicative of what they actually saw from that game. It was a turnover here and a turnover there, and that game's very, very close. And they have the kids up front, and they have very equitable skill position players to the Bears.
Well, I kind of equate that to our record of 2-2.
Right.
I realize we've lost 2, but the 2 that we lost are the teams that, you pick up a piece of paper and we're 2-2, and they're 2-2, but I'll take the 2 losses that we had are the 2 of the quality teams in the state of Iowa. So I don't know how you compare. You know what I'm saying?
And Jerry Flagel, the original, the voice of the Bears Emeritus, joins us on the sideline. Welcome back, Jerry. What do you got down there?
Well, I'll tell you what, I got field conditions for you, and this is the first time I've had a chance to step on this turf. It is absolutely gorgeous. I made the remark as I could get my putter out and putt down here. It is so nice. So I got to give credit to the schools, West Branch schools, for renovating it because it was good, and then it got in trouble for a while, so it's great. The conditions are fast. The field is going to be quick. 72 degrees, a little wind out of the north, about 10 mile an hour. It's going to be a beautiful night for football tonight here in the Little Rose Bowl at Butch Peterson Field.
And really quick to you, you're standing right next to one of the key players, I think, for West Branch on both sides of the football. He's pacing the sidelines next to you. What do you think of young Mr. Gates?
Well, I'll tell you what, he's got the number. I'm looking forward to seeing him play.
Number 32, indeed. And Wayne knows a lot about that number through the years. You saw his uncle, who was like the original Gates number 32 play back in 1994 and 5.
Yeah.
Special player, wasn't he?
Oh, I watched a lot of the Gates kids play, and what a great family. They're just a quality, great family, good athletes, and the kids are good citizens as well as good football players. I really like it. One thing, too, that Jerry touched on is I find it very hard to believe that this field is natural grass and not turf.
It's unreal.
It's hard to believe.
Yeah.
When I saw this for the first time, I just could not believe it. It's beautiful.
Well, your old friend Coach Peterson would be happy. They put sprinklers on the field. Now it's regularly watered. Matt and I got home last week from Cascade at about 11:30, and the field at 11:30, they were watering from the 20-yard line in on each end late last Friday night. And that's why this field, with no rain in Iowa, eastern Iowa, for about 3 weeks or maybe longer, looks like it is fake, like Jerry said down there.
Yeah, I said this is a long ways from the old days when they put cattle manure on there to help the grass grow, and then everybody had staph infection the next week. So we've come a long way.
We have come a long way.
And to think they dug it out with horses.
Yeah, I know. That's a long time ago. I don't know if any of us were alive, even you, Jerry.
Yeah, I was right after that.
Okay. Well, they're currently announcing the Bears' starting lineup, the offensive starters. And it's a lot like we've seen in the past. At quarterback, number 7 is Connor Rios. Running back, number 32, Cooper Gates. Fullback, 36 is Connor Capper. Your offensive line tonight, the tackles. Number 77 is Mike Montgomery. Number 76 is Cole Crossway. Guard, 72, Dylan Shealy. And 59, Jericho Hobbs gets a start, the junior. And at center, the guy, Wayne touched on it earlier. We've touched on it. Played a very big role, not just on the offensive line and defensive line, but his special teams play the last 2 weeks. He scored 2 times for the Bears, 1 in each of the last 2 weeks. That is Tate Frantz at center. At receiver, you're going to see Ethan Miller, Oliver Trepanier. You're also going to see Brandon Peterson and Lincoln Neighbor. Kickoff is about right now. Number 8, it looks like, I think that's number 8, Julian Kramer, teeing it up. And here we go. It's high, end over end. Keaton Gates from the 7 bobbles it, picks it up, now gets going, has some space, gets to the outside, cuts it back in, gets forward, still moving that pile all the way out to the 38. That is a great return to start the game off, Wayner.
That's the way you want to start a game, right there.
Awesome. You see, when you catch the football, you drop it, you can't panic. He picks it right up at 32 yards later out to the 39. The Bears start off with great field position, 1st and 10. Coming out with twins to the right, twins to the left. Trepanier and Neighbor on my side. Capper and Miller to the backside. Cooper Gates. We're going past, first down. Quick hooks. Nice catch there by Neighbor. Tackle after we'll call it a 4-yard reception, but that's not something you probably saw many times up here, a first down pass play.
Yeah, I know. What's going on here?
Give him 4 to the 43. They're lining up quick. 2nd down and 6. Same formation, to the left, to the right. Now Gates flanks Rios to his right shoulder. Setting him down. Handoff straight up to Gates. Cuts it left. Powering forward after first contact. Still got his feet moving.
Boy.
They're going to give him forward progress.
Nice run.
He's
nice
a strong,
run.
low center of gravity, huh, Wayne?
Right. The whole pile was moving there.
Well, he gets 5, and now it's 3rd and a short, we'll call it a long 1 at the 48. Trips right. Single set to the left. Gates on the right shoulder of Rios. Barking it out. Gets a block from Gates. Rios has the ball going forward. A gain of 4 into Blazer territory at the 47. That is giving 5 yards at a West Branch, 1st and 10.
That was a really nice read there by Rios. He just waited till the hole opened up and then he went.
They were keying there on Gates, and he said, if they're going to do that, I'm just going to follow him in. And he's a wrestler. As you know, those guys are tough cookies.
And he's quick.
And he's very quick.
He's quick.
Here's that more tradition. West Branch has been doing this. Trips to the right, 1 to the left. Trepanier in motion. Hands off is to Gates. Nothing to begin with. Stutter steps. Gets what he can. It's a 2-yard gain. He's tripped up at the 45. It's going to bring up 2nd and 8. That big physical line of the Blazers up front. You've got 77. Eric Bogey's a 6'5". He's a big lad.
Boy.
72 for them. Another big lad. I got to get my program out, and the small letters. Griffin Davis is 72. Barking it out. 3 to the left, 1 to the right. Handoff up the middle to Gates. Gets through the first tackle. Breaks another. Carrying a guy with him to the 35. Give him 10 yards. 1st and 10, Wayne. And that's Bear football there.
How many tackles did he break there?
Looked like about 3, and he was carrying somebody on his back.
That's a hard runner.
All right, hurrying up here. There's that gun 8 formation. 3 to the left. You've got Capper on the slot. Trepanier in the middle. Neighbor on the outside. Ethan Miller Island here to the right. Capper in motion to the right. Gates gets it again. They're going to follow him. Great block by Big Mike. Pancake style. And he gets free for another 10-yard gain and another West Branch 1st and 10. It looks like Coach Tiley has a plan. Jerry, what are you seeing down there from the offensive line? You're a lot closer than I am.
The line's making some great blocks on there. I am really impressed his first impression with Gates, how hard he runs. I mean, you can tell he's a wrestler. He keeps those legs moving, and that's the key.
Get the feet moving and going forward. 3 to the left, 1 to the right. Miller on his island out here. Gates to the right. Rios runs the fake out. This time the Blazers are not fooled. And the tackle behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 2. Nice play there by the Blazers. It looked like number 42, Jude Kramer. We got a officials timeout for the Chains. Our chain gang is having some technical difficulties too, Wayne. It can happen to the best of them. Mike Quinlan's down there, so you know something's wrong.
Yes, I talked to Quinny on the way over here, so it's good to see him too, let me tell you.
So this is so much, I tell you what, you were just at the beginning maybe of where the shotgun and this spread stuff started to hit West Branch.
Yes, yeah.
Just at the end of your tenure up here. So now it's all time almost now. There it is. He's got a flat to the left. Looking down the sideline, he's got Miller. The ball is out of bounds. He had a step on his man, but Rios threw it to a place it was either going to be Ethan Miller catching the ball or nobody. It's going to bring up 3rd and long. A long 11, short 12.
I remember back, I think Butch and Lurch went to a seminar somewhere in Nebraska, and they picked up this new offense, and that was back, the
wing tee
when we were winning state championships,
yeah.
And nobody could defend it till they got it figured out. So we had a heyday with that.
And now you see teams like MFL Marmac, who's had some very recent success. They beat the Bears beat them to go to the Dome 2 years ago. They beat West Branch to go to the Dome last year. There's Trepanier in motion. Trips to the left now. Miller on his own. He's got a wheel route in the backfield. Gates was wide open. Just off the outstretched hands Oh, he had a receiver open, and if he catches that, he might still be running.
That was just right in front of me, and I mean about another 2 inches. It went right off of Gates' fingertips. But yeah, that would have been 6.
You almost had the tip drill down there too, Jerry, except you're out of bounds.
Yeah. I could have got it.
Yeah. It's nice.
What do you do here?
This is one of those where you don't make a mistake. You make, if you have something, you have it, but they're going empty. So what I think you're going to see here, you're going to see somebody going up 23 Gates in the slot on the right with Trepanier going motion. You're going to have a post route. Just try to find your first read. He's rushed out of the pocket, and there's a flag on the play. Rios gets rid of the ball out of bounds. I don't think it's going to matter, Wayne. I think that flag there is going to be a hold. So the Blazers are going to say no thank you, and they're going to decline it. It is a hold on West Branch, declined. Turnover on downs. A good first drive the Bears had going, Wayner. And it just stalled down here. The Blazers tuned up their defense and cut it off.
Well, I was thinking too that nice kickoff return kind of gave us great field position right off the bat. And some games, I'm not saying this game will be the game, but that field position can be everything.
Everything.
And it can last a half. It can last the whole game. So you never know. I mean, field position is huge. And sounds like we have good kickers, so that's another good point.
And unless a team has Torrey Taylor, it's going to be tough to flip the field. Blazers hurry up to the line. Handoff there is to 21. You're going to hear his name a lot. Isaac Burlage on the carry. That's his 90th, 9-0 carry in 4 games and 1 play. They're going to give him a let's call it a 5-yard gain to the 32-yard line. Now 2nd and 5. He's 5'11", 185, and he puts his foot in the ground and he runs hard.
Yeah, he looks like a block, boy. He's strong.
There was nothing. There were no stutter steps. He's just moving forward. You're going to see a lot of that. And also at quarterback, Dylan Raker carries the ball a lot. Man in motion, hands it off to the Jet. The Bears are not fooled, but they get a nice block there. 30 is Ostwinkle, Tanner Ostwinkle. Nice block on the edge. The Bears were coming up. Gates was coming up off the right side.
And Capper was in there, too. That was a nice tackle.
But give him 4 yards, It's 3rd and 1 at the 36. I don't think you're going to see anything fancy here, Wayne or Jerry. I think you're just going to see them going to hurry. They hurry up the line like old school Emmetsburg and Parkersburg.
Yes.
They just get going, boom. Quarterback draw, gets a hold of the right, and he has a first down. Nice play on the outside there. First contact by by Keaton Gates and Big Mike, but not before he gains 3 yards and moved the sticks for the Blazers. It's 1st and 10. They aren't a team that's going to throw the ball all over the yard. They are a team that wants to run the clock. They're going to run, as you can see, Wayne, they run the play clock down, but once they get up the line, they go. 2 to the left out here. Wing. There's a pass to the flats.
We had a blitz on there, too.
Yep, and may have altered the throw a little bit. It was behind him. Pass out there to number 9 is Chase White. Nice catch. Nice breakdown on the tackle there by Cooper Gates and Crossweight. Only a 2-yard completion to the 42. It's 2nd and 8 now for Dyersville.
So it looks like you got, Montgomery France and Neighbor on
the outside, and Cole Crossweight's on that line too, Wayner.
Okay.
That's one thing I've always learned. I learned from Wayne through the years of listening to him is you make sure and name these kids out because they may never catch a touchdown or run the ball, but they're going to make tackles. And you want to make.
We got the blitz again.
Fake, throws to the right, rolls out right. Nice pass, complete. Number 4, Carter White. Nice pass, rolling out to the right. That ball was on the money into West Branch territory. 12 yards to the 48. 1st and 10 Blazers, and they got something going now with 5:36 remaining in the first. Wow, that was a wonderfully thrown football.
That was a good throw.
3 to the left, 1 to the right. Now Burlage in motion. He gets it on the Jet, getting forward for a 6, but there's a piece of yellow fabric on the ground in the middle. That usually, and head official John Mathias says holding on the Blazers. That'll be a 10-yard penalty from the spot, which is at the 46 of West Branch, and they're going to take 10 yards. They'll move that back to, I got to do my math, 4 to the 50. Oh, no, they're going to go, I forgot, new rule. It's from the line of scrimmage now.
Oh, really?
So that gets rid of the spot foul. So this should go back to the 42. Let's see how I do. Nope, they're going to say 44. It was a spot foul. In college, it's the line. So that way there's no extra penalty. But anyway, that's a big penalty.
I'm anxious to see what kind of effect it has on them here because it seems like those tend to be drive killers. So
Yep.
We'll see here.
They go from 2nd and 4 to now 1st and 18 at the 44. Quick pass. He throws it out. He had his man open on a nice hook pass. Throws it off outside right. Incomplete. Brings up 2nd and long. This is the defense. This is where a defense wants. You want to get those second and third down and longs. Oh, sideline warning on West Branch. I've never heard that. Never heard that West Branch has got too many people out on the field before. Wayne, you ever heard of something like that?
I could swear there was an earlier game this year where we got a couple sideline warnings.
It happens.
Not sure.
I would say it happens more than not. Well, here come the Blazers, 2nd and 18, hurrying up from the 44 to the left, to the right. He's got a man in the flat. No, he goes inside, rocket screen to number 4, Chase White. Nice game, but the Bears in the middle of that line sniff it out quick. Trepanier and Kepper in on the tackle. A 6-yard gain to midfield. But it's 3rd and 12, Wayne.
Yeah.
This is where one of those where you play safe in the back, but you want to pin your ears back at the line.
And this gets back to that penalty. See, now instead of 3rd and short, we're talking, you're going to have to think about this one a little bit.
That's right. And
you mentioned something here, too, that I used to take a lot of pride in. And that's making sure we get all the kids'
Every
names.
kid.
Every kid needs to be on.
And we will here, but we got time to do it right now as the Blazers call a timeout. So, Wayne, go ahead and take it.
Well, I see we're talking Keaton Gates out there. I'm naming names as they come off the field.
You got it.
Montgomery, Crossway, France, Gates, Capper. Was Brandon Peterson, I think.
Yep,
might have been out there. And Nate Hills and Lincoln Neighbor. We already had him, got him once out there already. But
yeah.
So I love getting the kids' names on, and when they're watching the film back, I think they like to hear it too.
And you're also going to see number 4 that I didn't write down there. He just got back with the team last week.
Yeah.
Is Jarrett Ellison, number 4.
All right.
He's a senior.
Oh, okay.
But if you look at this list, you name names going from top to bottom, only 4 or 7 of them are underclassmen. You got
really?
only 4 seniors out there on the field on defense right now.
That's good. That's good.
But the best thing about a junior, they're a senior next year.
That's right. That's right.
Big down here for both teams. The Bears have the Blazers set up at midfield, 3rd and 12. You got 2 receivers flashing out here. The White family coming out to the left. Well, Ostwinkle in motion. Raker, he's got Tate Franz is on his heels. Nowhere to go.
Ooh.
He throws it up. It is incomplete. There are no flags on the field.
Boy,
it's going to bring up 4th and 12. France had him in the crosshairs.
Did he take a lick or what there?
Franz shows some tremendous speed there coming from his backside.
I was worried because there was some contact with the receiver down there, and I was afraid that they were going to throw a flag, but I think we got away with it.
Number 30, Tanner Ostwinkle, sets up in a punt formation. He's the punter for the Blazers. Single man in back is Brandon Peterson. He had the 54-yard touchdown last week. Peterson catches it at the 15. The first man there, the gunner, has got him in the ankles, and he's not letting go. Great job there. Number 17 on the tackle. That is Tate Reese. Great play there as a gunner. If you can get the first, that's the one thing Peter said is anybody a returner, when if you get the first guy to miss, then you've got something. But he didn't miss, and that's big.
I see a 59 trotted out there.
Jericho Hobbs.
Okay, there we go.
He's a junior as well. So the Bears are pinned deep. There's the flipping of the field. There's that field position now back on West Branch heels. Empty formation at the 12, 1st and 10. In motion is Keaton Gates. It's a jet sweep. Nice blocks on the edge. Big Mike clears it. Gates has some running room. He gets caught from behind. by number 9. That is Chase White. He chased him down, not before a 35-yard gain at a Bear 1st and 10. I tell you what, that's how you sniff the field and stretch it out.
Exactly. I'm probably going out on a limb here, but I just have the feeling we're going to get a big play here. That was a big one there, but I just think we have the big play potential here.
Same formation here. This time Keaton Gates in the right slot. He's in motion this time the other way. And he gets it again. Somebody missed a block because Mr. Gates met Mr. Ostwinkle, and it was a yard behind the line of scrimmage. Great play by 30 Ostwinkle. Somebody missed their assignment there, Wayne.
Yeah, he came in unblocked.
But that's one of those plays that's a setup play for later. You get those jet sweeps and you start thinking, well, he had 46 yards on one play or 36. They might do a little play action. Back in the formation again. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. There's Gates again in motion. This time there's no handoff. He's setting up in the slot. Looking pass. Comes back to Keaton Gates. His first blocker misses it. Great play there by Ostwinkle again. Cuts through the block and makes the play. A 1-yard completion.
We needed a block there.
I don't know. It may have been. I'm not sure who missed it. That's not important, but it was a great defensive play. It brings up the Bears had a great thing going there. Now they're all of a sudden they're at 3rd and long. 3rd and 11 at the 46. 3 to the right, 2 to the left. This time Jarrett Ellison is in motion. Rio sets it up. Nothing there. Rolls out right. Got a man to the sideline. He's wide open. Can get there. Off Cooper Gates' hand. Outstretched arms. Had to dive to make it. Would have been a great catch, but it falls incomplete. It's going to bring up 4th and long. Punt formation for West Branch.
He's going to get him pretty soon. I mean, he's just had 2 off his fingertips.
And if he catches that again, he's running free.
Yep. Great effort there.
It looks like number 17, Reese, and I believe number 5, Raker. Dylan Raker, our deep. Peterson gets the snap. Clean snap. Clean punt. It's high. It's a knuckleball. Fair catch signaled by Reese at the 20. 34-yard punt. Might as well call it a touchback because it's at the 20. Nice punt there. The Blazers take over 1st and 10. Jerry, you're getting a lot of steps in down there. We talked in the pregame. You've got about 14,000. That count is going higher.
Well, that's all right. It's really enjoyable to watch it down here from this angle on that and get a little bit of interaction with a lot of the people on the sideline. I haven't had a chance to see for a couple of years.
All right, that is this time Burlage to the right, breaks 2 tackles, and now he's free. Misses another tackle. He's in the open, misses another tackle. There, Big Mike's chasing him. Here comes Brandon, not in time. That's 80 yards and a Burlage Blazer touchdown. Wow.
I thought we had him in the back.
4 different tackles. We talked about this tough runner, and he showed it there.
He is.
80 yards to pay dirt.
He's north and south.
Man, get him going, and he's a lot faster than he looks on film. Boy, the Bears pinned him back at the 20. The Blazers said, I don't care. We'll take it 80 yards and score. Number 8, Kramer, to attempt the point after touchdown. Looks like it may be wide left, but no, he sneaks it in that left upright. Now, Blazers 7, Bears 0. 2:12 remains in the first quarter. No need to panic. It's early, but the defense needs to they'll make their adjustments. Mainly, Wayne, got to break down and make a tackle at the line. I know he's a tough runner, but you got to break down and make a tackle when you can, or at least slow him down to get help.
Yeah, I think personally, I think missed tackles has been the story here so far. I mean, we had a chance to get him in the backfield, didn't do it, and then he scores. That's
just like that.
Yeah.
80 yards. Those are, to begin, those are kind of mental barriers. You got to get over them, but it's early. It's just the first quarter. We'll see if the Bears got that mental fortitude to flip the script here and go on a drive of their own. That play was a long drive of a whole one play, 80-yard drive. Puts him over 100 yards on the night, rushing as well in the first quarter. He's a tough player, tough back, as I said. Came into the game 13th in the state in rushing. Here's a kick. It is very, very high. From the 6, Peterson is jogging up. He had a hole, but he kind of took his time there, and that hole closed quickly. Great downfield coverage on the special teams by number 9. That's Chase White. Peterson only gets to the 24. Or excuse me, 20. What are they going to say? Let's wait for the marker. 24, 1st and 10. How about a Bear 76-yard drive to match an 80-yard drive?
I'll take it.
Of the Blazers. I think you would too. Blazers come out in a 4-2. It looks like a modified 4-3, like a 4-2-5 look. Capper in motion, sets up behind the line. Bears are going physical here to Gates, but they got out physical there at the line. Gates gets 1 yard, but is stood straight up, a brick wall. Ostwinkle and Bogey in there on the tackle. It's pretty tough to get past old big number 77 at that nose tackle position, Wayne.
Well, he's
6'2", 280.
He's a space taker, I'll tell you that right now.
That's a lot of beef. Going quick here, 3 to the left, 1 to the right. Gates goes in motion to the right, looking for him. They've got him. It's behind the line of scrimmage, so it's official rush. He breaks a tackle or 2 or 3, and I think he may have gotten a first down. Nope, they're going to say he's out of bounds, 3 yards shy, but a nice second down play there to make it 3rd and manageable, 3rd and 2.
Nice run.
Rios goes to the sideline to get the play from offensive coordinator Jared Tiley. It's 3rd and 2 at the 33. Gates flanks Rios to his right. 3 receivers to the right. Peterson by his own on the right. It's that quarterback draw again, and there is no draw. There is no nothing. Number 22 stacks him straight way up. Cody Hageman at his linebacker position. There was nothing doing, and a loss of 1, 4th down. Wow. That was the hit stick of the night so far. This Blazer team we said it, they are very, very physical. You're not just going to beat them up.
They're going to wind up with good field position here again.
Peterson gets a punt. Oh, it's off the side of his foot. Oh, gets a West Branch bounce, a very good West Branch bounce. Going to roll all the way down to the 20, we'll say 26. I think the receiver kind of lost it in the lights.
Boy.
Also, one of his players got really close to him there.
17 is lucky he didn't get hit with that football.
No kidding. That was really close to bouncing off his leg. So we'll call that 24. I got to do some quick West Branch math here. 24 and 17. That's a 41-yard punt after it's all said and done. And the Blazers are back at the 26. Let's hope the West Branch will bear down here and hold off the edges. Force 21 back to his helpers in the middle. The defensive helpers coming out quick. Wing to the right is Oswinkle. Berlaggi flanks up. There's that same play. He's going left. This time
we got a flag.
He stood up, and Wayne right at Johnny on the spot. There's that yellow fabric on the ground.
You know what that's going to be.
Probably going to be a holding penalty. Let's see what the official says. Yes, holding on the Blazers. That is okay. They're talking about it on the sideline. What does he want to do? Head coach John Nestor is pointing to the right. And from our angle, that means he's going to take the penalty. This happened last drive. The 2 drives ago, Wayne, the Blazers on their first drive had it going. Then they get this first down penalty, and they couldn't recover.
They stalled.
They stalled out.
So maybe this is a good omen here again.
After that penalty, the ball is walked all the way back to the 17-yard line. 1st and 19 from their own 17. They've had a little success. They've got trips to the right. When they have this formation, he rolls out to the right and finds a man. They've had some success. And there it is again. Neighbor this time gets up the field. Nice block. Pats is thrown behind the receiver, but he makes a wonderful catch down at his feet.
What a catch.
Chase White. Wow.
Wow, that's right.
Gets it right back to the original line of scrimmage, or maybe a yard short. Nice first down pickup for the Blazers. To the 25-yard line, an 8-yard pickup.
He put that low, so there was no way we could get to it, that's for sure. He was the only guy that could catch that pass.
And that's going to be the end of the first down. It was the end of the first down, and now the end of the first quarter. We're going to take a break on the WestBranch.Football Bear Network.
EMS Detergent Services has been providing janitorial supplies to businesses across the Midwest for over 50 years. Based in North Liberty, EMS uses products made right here in Iowa and offers exceptional and affordable services for their clients. Learn more at emsdetergentservices.com. Julie and Dan Hayes at EMS Detergent Services, proud supporters of the West Branch Bears.
For over 50 years, the Fullwider Insurance Agency has provided quality insurance coverage for the West Branch area. The Fullwider Agency provides superior customer service and quality insurance solutions for you. As trusted choice independent agents, we're able to find the best insurance products and services available to protect you, your family, and your business. Call 643-2695 to ask for a free insurance review. The Fullwider Agency, a proud supporter of the West Branch Bears.
We're back live. You know what? We're going to go down to the sideline real quick. Jerry Flegel may have some interesting news. Jerry, give us a little background. Talk about the food of West Branch tonight.
Oh, yes. Well, you know, I saw on the menu Ruzika's pork burger, and so I had to try it. Actually, Ruzika's catered my youngest son's wedding 6-7 years ago up at Celebration Barn, and it was excellent. So you're coming to a Bear game, you need to try that pork burger. It's great.
I tell you, we had one up here in the booth. I'm still trying to get it done. First play of the second half. There's a fake. Throws it out to the... Throws it to Oswego just off his hands, but Cooper Gates was draped all over his back like an old curtain in a farm cabin, and that play wasn't going to go anywhere anyway, and I think he had something to do with that incompletion as well.
You know, I was going to say, I think that Flegel's been working out the way he's moving up and down this sideline.
Look at those calves.
I need to keep. Yeah, my calves are a little sore after climbing ladders for 3 days.
Oh, the things you do for your kids and your grandkids, Jerry.
And it's well worth it.
Yes, it is.
So now, 3rd and long, 3rd and 11 at 25. If there was a big play in the first half, this is it. Raker rolls right, looking deep. Got a man, got a step on his defender.
Oh,
but
nice
right
play.
in play, Nate Hills. No contact, hands up, knocking it down. What a great play there by the senior.
Nice play by Hills there. That was great.
Wow.
That's our homecoming king, isn't it?
Yes. Crown him the best defensive play of the night.
If he doesn't knock that down, we're talking
that is 6.
14-0.
Yeah, just like that. Man, look at Jerry Flegel. He's on it. He's got the Ruzika's pork burgers. Talking about the homecoming court. He knows everything.
I know it.
He's sideline guy in the business.
Best sideline guy in the business.
Yeah.
That's right. That's why we use him once a year.
Don't want to wear
Peterson
me out.
from his own 37. He fumbles it. It's still loose. Who's on it? The Blazers. Wow. That punt was right in his hands. He drops it. You can't get Cavalier with a loose ball with this Blazer team is bearing down on kick coverage. And number 22 was Johnny on the spot, Cody Hageman. And the Blazers are knocking on the door in West Branch territory at the 39. You know what? Turnovers and penalties always play big roles. And this is the biggest role of the night tonight, the first turnover, in the favor of the Blazers. There he is, that man, Berlagi to the right. Breaks one tackle, but doesn't break the second tackle. Keaton Gates gets him up top. Connor Kepper gets him down low. You watched his uncle and his dad play back in the day. You saw Dwayne play. You also saw Vic Capper. Tell you what, Victor's one of the toughest guys in the business.
I'm going to say this right now. Victor Capper was one of the most vicious hitters I've ever seen. Him and, oh my gosh, I can remember watching Vic. He had the timing. I've never seen anything like the timing he had.
He puts his body in that position.
When he hit. Yeah.
Empty formation time. Burlage goes motion left, hits the handoff. No hole inside, cuts it out, gets going forward. And that just like that, after possibly being stopped, just slow, deliberate. But he's going forward, Wayne, and he gets a 6-yard gain.
You know, we're talking about hitters, another young man. The two guys that always stuck out to me was Vic Capper and Adam Hahn.
Oh, boy, Adam Hahn.
Oh,
that
boy.
That poor kid from Wilton, I think, still fills the one play.
Regina,
yeah.
Right
about midfield here.
Yeah.
Old 83 Adam Hahn.
That's in the archive Hall of Fame.
That may be the best,
right now.
one of the best. Speaking of archives, defense Bears, come on. 3rd and 3 at the 33 for the Blazers. Oswego in motion. Raker keeps it himself. Nothing this time. The middle of that defense is up to task. Crosswaite's at the bottom of it.
Boy, if the Bears could hold here, this would be huge.
Loss of one.
Huge.
This would be. And you're down there on it. When it happens, we're going right to you, Jerry. It's 4th and 4. From the 30, we'll call it 33.
Be an interesting play call. What are you calling here, Wayne?
I think they're going to go to that back of theirs. I don't know. That's me. I think he's.
It's either that or a flat pass maybe to him. Because why would you go away from him?
Yeah.
He's been strong.
I could be wrong, but
8 seconds on the play clock. They're hurrying up. And the coach didn't like that something there. Didn't like maybe what he saw on the defense, but his team wasn't. They were deliberate and they had to rush to the line. And he didn't like it, so he calls timeout. 9:30 remains in the second quarter. So now we can kind of regale what we can talk about what we think. I think you got to go with 21 has been the meal package, not just because he had an 80-yard gain, but I think every play he's had but the last one, he's been moving forward for 3, 4, 5, 6 yards every time.
It almost looked, though, like they were going to spread it out there. I wasn't sure exactly what they were going to do. But I'm telling you, he's their bread and butter. I don't care.
Yeah, and also we've talked about this. I brought it up the last time. On that low ball, you talked about it earlier. It was either going to be caught by the kid or it was going to hit the ground, that low pass behind him.
Right.
Every time he's rolled out to the right, they've completed a pass. Every single, he's 3 for 3, rolls to his right, makes nice throws on that
when
run.
They put those trips out there, and
he's there.
Like you said before, when they put those trips out there, he rolls right every time.
Every time, and he gets his shoulder square to the line. They're hurrying up here going physical. May try to just get West Branch to jump. That looks like it is. Oh, no. They're going with it. Burlage has got it. He's got a big hole off the right, and he's got a big hole, and he's going to take it all the way to the end zone. Touchdown, 33 yards by number 21. You know what? You know he's going to get, that you got to key on 21 there. I tell you, it's not just keying on him, but blocks. That right side of this line, bogey number 77, and big number 67 is Joe Engler doing a job.
Right. He's a good runner, don't get me wrong, but he's got some good blocking there in front of him too.
Extra point is up, and it looks like it's no good this time. 9:23 remains in the second quarter. It's now Blazers 13, Bears 0. We talked about it, Jerry Flegel down there on the sideline. We talked about what we thought was going to happen, and I said we'll go to you after that play. It was almost right at you.
Well, yeah. I mean, and it was a sweep hit. I mean, it was well blocked. I think really, Dyersville Beckman rushes up to the line, and I don't think we were quite set. We weren't ready on that for that. I call it a quick snap. It's not a quick snap. It's definitely legal, but this is the thing. They made us pay for the fumble that we turned over. So, as turnovers are everything in this game, and the first one we've had, and it hurt.
And real quick, do you think when they got up there, maybe you could have heard it, maybe not? From up here, I said, looks like they're trying to draw West Branch offside to begin with, and then get them off balance and took off.
Yeah, I don't. They very well may have, but I think that's just part of how their offense runs. Is they like to run up and do that, and part of it is because then defense you can't make adjustments. You got to be ready to go, and we had a couple players that weren't set ready to go on something like that, and we got to be ready to play.
Yeah. Well, and West Branch is maybe dealing with a couple dings and scratches down on the sideline right now. Scott Toma, Bears' great athletic trainer, is doing a job. This time it's a lower kick. Picked up by, is that number 14, my buddy Logan Christoffel, one of the special team standouts. Doesn't get much with it, but what he does is he just goes straight forward. And I talked about dings and scratches. It looks like there's a new man on the front line. Number 50 is Sullivan Brook has taken over at that left guard position. Or right guard position next to Crossway. Big Mike to Hobbs to Franz to Brook to Crossway. Tight trips on the left here. Hand off to Gates. He's got a bit of a room. He's got a convoy in front of him, and he breaks free. He can't get the distance. He's got one man to beat. He's beaten him, and I think he's going 67 yards to the house. Touchdown, West Branch. Answered right back, Wiener.
I'm telling you, we needed that. We needed that.
I was just going to say we needed a sustained drive. Well, that's sustained enough for me.
Yeah.
One play is sustained enough for Jerry Flegel. It's good enough for me, too.
We needed a score. I mean, we
were bleeding.
I was really nervous.
Yep.
If we go down 3 scores,
Yeah.
it's going to be a long night.
It was a heavyweight boxing fight, and the Bears were reeling.
Yep.
But now they're back in there. They
Yep.
got one good punch, and they're back in the game.
It's a new ball game.
Number 82, Reese Gingrich, all-important extra point. Good snap, good hold, and a kick looks wide left. And it is wide left. It is no good. So 9:05 in the second, but we got ourselves a new ball game. It is 13-6, Dyersville Beckman over West Branch. Now, can this defense hold? Wayne, this is where, okay, you've got your momentum. You've got some energy. You've got some adrenaline, excitement. You've scored now. Now can you flip the coin and do it on the other side?
Yeah, right. I mean, now we're back in the ball game. So let's go out and see if the defense can get that ball back for the offense here, and maybe we got to get going here.
Talked about it earlier. At 5 p.m. tonight, Matt and I were walking around. I told Matt up here in the booth, boy, it's windy. It's probably 10, 15 mile an hour. Now you look at the flag in the north end zone, and Old Glory, it might be flickering. There's not much there. And what is there? It's going to be coming straight down the wind tunnel of the steps out of the northwest. So the Bears are kicking right into it. But one of the stronger legs in Class 1A is the man with the ball on the tee. He's got 6 touchbacks this year, as does his counterpart on the other side. Reese Gingrich had 3 of those last week at Cascade. Raker and Reese deep. Kick is high. It's going to be taken at about the 6 by Reese. He runs to the outside. He spins off a tackler. Still going. A little rugby scrum is broken out here at West Branch. Nice return of about 27 yards, 28 yards, maybe to the 35-yard line. Maddox rushed in there on the tackle. Sorry for the pause. The ball is placed at the 34 after a 28-yard return. 28-yard return is a nice return. Pretty decent field position, Wayner, but how about this defense start standing straight up?
We need to stop. There's no doubt about it. Get that ball back to the offense.
Quick. The Bears get set up. Late to set up. Now they are set. Now, this time Raker fakes it, goes left. Man out there. Makes him, he may have got hit out of bounds. They aren't calling it.
I think he got hit in bounds and he just got spun. Yeah, he got spun towards the sidelines there.
The optics from 78 yards away up here in the booth are it's hard.
Yeah. Coming from somebody who's got to have cataract surgery.
Okay. Well, you saw it better than I did.
Yeah,
so.
Right.
Give him 3 yards, it looks like, to the 37. So the Bears up to the task on first down. Tried a little trickery there. This time 2 backs. Burlage to the left. He's not there, but again, he breaks through the first tackle and gets moving forward just like that. He stopped for nothing, but all of a sudden it's 5 yards and it's 3rd and 2.
Yeah, that initial contact. I mean, one guy is not going to bring him down.
No. You can't tackle him at the ankles and you can't tackle him at the shoulder pads. You got to drive right through, pick a spot at the hip to the knees. And I'm not giving any trade secrets here. It's just football.
This is a big play.
It's 3rd and 2, the 42. It's physical football. It's straightforward. And he is forward for a 1st and 10.
Not by much.
This time that was number 34, Mac Wolf on the carry. A new back in there, but the same results. He's going forward to the 46 of West Branch. It's 1st and 10. Big Mike looks like after every play he's kind of laboring out there on the left side. I hope that young man's okay. He missed a couple practices this week.
I was looking to see if Burlage is in there. I kept trying to pick his number up here.
21. And he's not in there right now. You know what? You don't need cataracts. You see everything.
Yeah.
This time he is back in.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. You can
there
see
he is.
There he is, and he's back in there for an 8-yard gain. He gets tackled by 4 guys, but a 7-yard gain. They're now in West Branch territory, Wayne at the 47, 2nd and 3. Man, that right side of their line, they've went to the right side. All their big gains, 2 long touchdown runs have been to the right.
Right side.
And now every time he gets those to the right, it's 5 to 8 yards. You got a lot of beef over there. You got big 67 is Joe Engler, 6'1", 290.
Is that all?
That's it.
Oh, okay.
This time it's straightforward for Mack again, and he's just moving the pile, and they're moving the sticks to the 41 of West Branch. 6 yards and a 1st and 10. Talked about how this was going to be a physical football game. Dyersville Beckman is, through the years of West Branch playing them over the last 5 years, they've always been a big, stout, physical football team, and right now they're wearing forward on West Branch.
How much does that bogey wear, that 77?
He's only 6'2", 280.
Oh,
Wade.
okay.
So he's 10 less.
We won't worry about him.
The only guy under 220 is their center, and he's 190.
I thought you were going to say their quarterback.
This time it's a quick hit right up the middle to that man Wolf once again, and he gets 6 yards to the West Branch 35. It ain't fancy. It sure is effective. I tell you what, Jerry Flagel's calves are strong tonight. They may have to put you out there, Jerry.
I don't think so. I think I ran out of eligibility.
All right. Okay. You don't have a COVID year?
I was kind of worried about him with these long drives in the first half. I'm not sure.
Well, you know he's not running with them, though.
Yeah,
so that's
okay,
good.
all right. I just didn't know about his conditioning.
So the defensive line's kind of getting a little overwhelmed here. We need to put a stand.
Oh, there's a quick blitz. He was there, but it got picked up. It got picked up, and it got picked up enough. Burledge goes forward. They gets 3 yards. The Bears stop him short. It's 3rd and 2. Now, you just talked about the Bears need to get to stand up and be more physical. Yep. They showed something there, Jerry. They showed a double blitz, and I think that helped the runner up a bit.
Yeah, Dyersville, you can't emphasize it enough. They're big down here, and when they're working in unison, they're going to be tough to stop.
It's like 5 moose suckamels out there, Wayner.
Right. I tell you, the thing of it is with these blitzes, so you got to be a little careful, because if it doesn't work,
it's a hitter, and it's a home run hit. 3rd and 1, nothing fancy. Up to the line. There's that kid Wolf again. Tell you what, he is not very big. Looking at the program, number 34 is Mac Wolf at 5'9", 160 pounds. But he runs like a horse, and it's just forward following those guys.
Right. All he does is just tuck in behind those big linemen, and away they go.
He's like going to the meat locker to pick out his favorite steak, just following those guys to the trough.
Really?
To the 27, a gain of 5, and a 1st and 10 Blazers with 4:35 remaining in the second. One thing to remember here, West Branch got the opening kickoff. So if the Blazers were to go down here and put this in the end zone, and that score ends at 20-6 or 19-6, it's a pretty big momentum to get it right back. This time it's an inside handout to the left side. Ostwinkle bounces off a tackle. He fumbles it. The Bears get it. Oh, just when you thought things weren't going the Bears' way, fate steps in with its pretty little hand, and the ball jumps right into the hands. Number 7, Connor Rios, the quarterback, touches it on offense, gets the fumble recovery on defense. Wow.
We got a break on that. There was some confusion as far as substitution, and actually young Gates, number 23, came over to the sideline, and they ran not through his hole, so forth like that. But, boy, thank goodness we got a fumble and the turnover. Now we need to make them pay.
That's right. Yeah. Johnny on the spot, indeed.
I was worried Rios was going to try and pick that up and run, I'm thinking, boy, just get the ball. We got to have that ball.
1st and 10 and 92 yards away.
Why not?
Hey, it happened once in Columbus Junction. Why not now? Quick pitch out to the right. Gates is going parallel with the line. That's not good. What else is not good is there's a piece of yellow fabric on the ground, and that's guaranteed to be a holding, and it is on West Branch.
The only thing good about it is it's probably going to be half the distance.
It's only going to be 4 yards.
Right, half the distance to the goal.
Yeah. It's at the 5. Unfortunately, it's at the 5. That's going to go back to about the 2-yard line.
Yeah.
That's not a good thing. Oh, it's declined. They're going to take the result of the play, which that's a smart play, because guess what's happening? The clock's running right now, and it was a loss of 1. When you're a running back, you don't want to be running parallel to the line. You want to be horizontal. Unfortunately, he was following his blockers, and that dictated his line of running. Man of motion capper sets up straight behind the tackle. Give it to Gates up the middle. Got a little bit of a hole, but it closes quickly. I don't know if he got back to the original line of scrimmage, maybe? No,
I think he gained a little bit, actually.
Got 2 yards on it. Okay. It's third and 9. Third and long. I said long and 9 at the same time there. This is one of those plays, Wayner. You're not looking for a home run ball here. You're just hoping to get out of trouble. Just get what you can.
Yes, I agree.
You got a guy to his left, man in motion to the left. I think he's going to roll to the left. Look out. No, sets up pass. Got a pump fake. Throws it over the hands of Capper. Incomplete.
I almost think that was a broken play. In a way, it looks like the receiver broke the pattern off there.
Yeah.
I wasn't quite sure what was going on.
He gives that shoulder, throws that shoulder fake in to try to get him to duck and go upfield, like a button hook, like a hook and go of some sort. And I don't think his receiver was on the same page. The good news is he threw that. Nobody else was going to catch that football except the Blazers sideline. And that's okay. Incomplete.
I think with the goal.
High snap in the end zone. Pearson's got to get it off. He barely gets it off. It's high, but it's very, very short. And it again gets a West Branch bounce. Wow. Lucky there to get that off.
Good bounce.
Woo! That was close as it gets. What do you think, Jerry? Were you watching that closely down there? He's too busy talking to the stats guys, but we'll catch up with him another time. I tell you from up here, I bet you if Greg Norfleet had a camera on it, it was less than 2 feet from a Tate, trying to do his best Tate Franz blocking a punt impersonation.
Like I said, I think the goal here is let's get to the half.
Yeah.
I mean, let's just get to the half if we can.
3:16 left in this quarter, Wayne. The Blazers are only 38 yards from the end zone.
I know it.
1st and 10.
I'd say if we could even hold them to a field goal, it would be a victory here.
Hustling up, going up physical. There's that run to the right again, Burlage, and he's going forward, breaks a tackle. He gets set up by Hills and Trepanier, but not before he gets about 6 yards on first down. Boy, other than those penalties on first down, Wayne, their first down yardage has been 4, 5, 6, 7, or 80.
He drugged Trepanier 4 yards with him there.
Hustling up again. There he goes again to the right.
Same play.
There's a block in the back that's missed. He goes forward. Big hit by Mike. Stuffs him to the ground. Burlage. But that doesn't matter. That's after 6 yards and a Blazer 1st and 10 at the 26. 2:40 and counting here. The Blazers, one thing you got to remember, they have just one timeout remaining. If you can get some clock ticking here. Hustling up. There's that quick hit dive to Wolf again. You know what? There was no hole, but he bounced off a couple guys like a pinball, and just like that's 3 yards. We're going to say 2 yards now to the 23, so I guess 3. We'll go back to that. 2nd and 7. They aren't hurrying here, Wayne. Down to about 2 minutes. They're taking their time.
Yeah, I mean, they're probably, if nothing else, making sure we're not going to get the ball back.
That is job one. Play action here, rolling.
Blitz.
There it is, inside handoff to Oswinkle. Gets about, we may call that 1 yard.
We blitzed right into that hole. That was a good call there.
Great job there by Cooper Gates. And Nathan Hills was in the background. Nice job plugging it up by number 76 on the right side of that line is Crossweight.
I'm still a little bit confused here as to why they're just standing around.
Yeah, there's 20 seconds left and ticking on the shot clock, play clock. 1:20 left in the quarter. I mean, they hurry out of this. 10 seconds left on it, and here we go. Trips right. Here's that roll out to the right. No, motion by Burlage. And he's going to get it, running left. He's got a lane, but great tackle there on the edge. Young Keaton Gates. He's a wrestler as well. Now the Blazers are hurrying up. They obviously had 2 plays called. It's 4th and 2 at the 19. Big play here for the Bears. Out of the shotgun, Raker hands it off to Burlage, going right. He gets hit.
It's going to be close.
But I think he's going to get it. He goes forward to the 14. It's 1st and 10. The clock stops at 52.2. They're hustling. It's now moving under 50 seconds. 1st and 10. Taking a lot of time. There's that man Burlage again. This time he is not going anywhere. The Malachi crunch, the Trepanier crunch of Trepanier and Crossweight.
I'll be surprised if we don't see a pass here pretty quick.
30 seconds and counting. Roll 2 guys to left. There's that roll left. He does throw it. It's low. It's incomplete. So there's a free timeout for him. But nice play by the Bears. 3rd and 8, Wayne, from the 13. with 26:06 left on the clock. Jerry, what are you thinking?
I tell you, of course, Dyersville Beckman will not put it in the air unless they absolutely have to.
Right.
I think 3rd and 8. I still don't think it. I could look for a counter or something like that.
And they've got one
21.
timeout left, too. So
and they got one more timeout left, yeah. So, I mean, they don't have to get it out of bounds, even if they don't get the first down. I don't know what kind of a field goal kicker they got, but
right.
They're within range if they got anybody average or better.
2 to the right, double tight set. Recker rolling to the right. Got a man on a little arrow route there. He's got him. It's complete. He's knocked out of bounds at about the 2. Cuts underneath. Hope that official's okay.
Yeah,
about the 2.5 yard line.
His legs cut out. He rolled with it, so he's good.
So I tell you what, that's a nice play by Hills, knocking him out of bounds, not stopping him. But that's 1st and goal now at the 3. I bet you can. I tell you what, you want mail delivery here. You want it quick, and you want your mail fast. You put a stamp on the back of number 21 here. He's about ready to deliver for them if he gets into the end zone.
Here again, though, they could use him as a decoy also.
They could.
I'd be a little careful.
They've done that with that inside handoff. They've also done it with Raker could just follow him in. Here we go. Set it up. There he is. Burlage running. The Bears aren't going to let him get the mail in the box. They're going to stop him behind the line. No go. Loss of 1 to the 4. And the Blazers use their final timeout. I believe it was a timeout by Dyersville Beckman.
Okay, so
15.7 remains, Wayner. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking if they run the ball and don't make it,
they got to hurry up and spike the ball.
Yeah, they may not be able to get another playoff.
Jerry?
It'll be close.
I think they'll probably run with one of those swing passes that they did on there, trying to get isolate with 21 out on the outside.
Because they had a lot of space. You were right there on that. When I called that broken arrow route right at you, there was a lot of space between him and the defender. I know he closed the gap to push him out of bounds, but it was easy money.
Yeah. I think the other thing defensively, we got to be set up ready to go too.
Yeah. I think that timeout, it's good for the Bears. They've been on the defensive side of the ball, it seems like a long time tonight.
Yeah, time of possession has not been in our favor.
The Blazers are doing their best, trying to push those clocks ahead a little bit early, and they're doing it quickly. Wayner, we got 15.7 seconds left. It's 2nd and goal at the 4. No timeouts remain for the Blazers. Obviously, West Branch isn't going to call any timeouts, but they've got them all. They're going to take them to the half. But what they're hoping right now, stem the tide. This is the bigger play of the 2. If they can stop it here, they got time. They run out of time, sorry.
At this point, I would say watch 21.
Yep. Oh, little mix-up there. Oh, I don't know if it was a decoy to try to run. There's those trips to the left. They're going to run left. Watch Raker's feet. He's a runner. Blitz by Gates and a throw. That has got to be, if anything, that has got to be intentional grounding. He throws the ball. There it is, the late flag.
There it is.
And guess what that is? That's loss of down as well. I don't mean to get too excited up here as an announcer, but there's no doubt in my mind that's intentional grounding. Cooper Gates on the blitz. Play of the night.
That was
a great play call, defensive play call by the Bears.
And I mean, Gates has some speed. I mean, he was there in a hurry.
Yes.
Okay, so now
a spot foul. What do you got? Okay.
Well, and that takes him out any potential field goal range.
It's automatic 4th down. Now Bears, I lied. They will use a timeout here.
I think now you're going to see the rollout.
You have no choice.
I think you're going to see the rollout.
It's chuck and roll. They had the guy open on a long. There was a pass earlier tonight. Nate Hills made a great play. But I tell you what, there are not many bigger plays tonight than that for West Branch.
That was a big play.
13-6 on the scoreboard there behind.
But this is a bigger one.
This is a bigger one. What I think, Jerry, you're standing at about the 11, 12-yard line. Now you're moving towards the end zone. What I think from up here, you're going to see about 5 black shirts lined up with you. Nothing gets behind them, Phil Parker style.
Well, I think that's the smart thing to do on there. And actually, they're showing it's a 3rd down, not 4th down.
No, it's a loss of down. The scoreboard operator, unfortunately, they may not have seen that.
But the sideline, they've got it at third down as well.
Okay. Okay, lost it down. It's third down, not fourth down, because it was second down before that. That's my fault. Just got way ahead of myself because I was shocked they wouldn't call that penalty. But 11.9 seconds left. Third and goal at the 25. They got two to the right. Double tight man. Oswegel's in motion. He's going to roll to the right. May just try to get something. Oh, he's got a man going back left. It's wide open. Wide open. And it's complete. And it's number 9. That is Chase White. 25 yards for the touchdown. Cat and mouse. And the mouse gets the win there for the touchdown. Rolling the right like we said, Jerry.
They rolled right, and I don't know if the end drug across the other way.
100%.
You know, and it was a cross-field pass. It was great play call by Dyersville Beckman.
You get guys when he's wide and run across, defenders get lost in the wash, and the receiver did not. Extra point is up, and that is good. 2.9 seconds remain in the first half.
That hurts.
Yeah, and it's Beckman 20, West Branch 6.
That was a huge play.
Because the Blazers will get the ball when we begin the second half. There's still a play here left. But, boy, I tell you what, that if they were going to call a play rolling to the right, it's the short field. The only thing really, when you think about it, the Blazers could do is try to go back the other way because Bears have 7 guys probably on the side.
But we really didn't get pressure on him either. I mean, when he rolls out, it was hard to get pressure on him.
Yeah.
And he goes clear back across the field, which,
wow.
I don't know.
I tell you something right now. Give him credit. Give Coach Mather on the sideline. He's their offensive coordinator as well. Give him credit for a wonderfully designed play and a wonderful throw by Raker to White. It was a perfect throw even. And if that throw's not right, maybe it gets knocked down. But it's a moot point now because it's 20-6. You're going to see there's 2.9 seconds left here with Kramer going to kick it. Probably going to be about 2 feet off the ground. And I'm right. Bounces to that man, Cristofo at the 25. He's just going to take what he can get. Bouncing out the outside, looking for something. And just as he's looking for something, the man who makes the touchdown makes the big tackle. Number 4, Carter White makes the big tackle to end the half. And we're looking at Dyersville Beckman 20, West Branch 6. Drawing board will be out in the locker room. Let's see what the adjustments they make. And we're going to take a break here at halftime, listen to the West Branch Band, and we'll take a little break. In a little bit, we'll come back. We'll talk with Wayne and Jerry. Stories of old. You're listening to West Branch Football on the Bear Network, WestBranch.Football.
Main Street Sweets is your hometown sandwich and ice cream shop located in the heart of downtown West Branch between the Serving Cafe and Touched by Power. Main Street Sweets offers great burgers, tenderloins, cheese balls, and more. And don't forget the ice cream. Main Street Sweets, locally owned and operated by my wife Jessica and me, where we're always proud to support our hometown.
Want to watch tonight's game? All regular season varsity home games are streamed live on the West Branch Football YouTube channel. If you'd like to watch a road game or any other game, the YouTube channel will also have video highlights and condensed game replays. Just go to WestBranch.Football for more information.
At Fidelity Bank and Trust, we're proud to be your hometown bank. Why? Because this isn't just home to us, it's home to all of us. Fidelity Bank and Trust, your hometown bank. Member FDIC.
You've already found the West Branch Football website to listen to the Bearcast, but be sure to visit after the game to see video highlights, post-game interviews, and more content throughout the season. Just visit www.westbranch.football and be sure to like and follow our social media and YouTube accounts. WestBranch.Football, your source for all things West Branch football.
Have you reviewed your insurance lately? Contact the Fullwider Insurance Agency to set up a free insurance review of your policies. We offer personal, commercial, life, health, and crop insurance to protect all aspects of your life. As trusted choice independent agents, we can work with multiple companies to find the best coverages at the most competitive prices. Call 643-2695 to speak to one of our agents. Supporting the West Branch Bears for over 50 years, the Fullwider Agency, where your insurance is our assurance.
Drum majors, is the band ready? Welcome to the West Branch Halftime Show. We are proud to present our 2024 Country Show. The show starts with the song Chicken Fried, continues with Fancy Like, and ends with the classic Country Roads Take Me Home. Led by drum majors Jordan Waters and Nora Zier, we are proud to present your West Branch Marching Bears.
We are back here live at halftime. The score is Dyersville Beckman 20, West Branch 6. We'll get more into that as we get closer to kickoff of the second half. While I have a chance, Jason Miller here with you, along with the two original voice of the Bears are standing next to me. Wayne Lang has been sitting next to me. Now Jerry put more steps on from the sidelines up here into the booth. So I have a quick question, one for each of you. I'll start, Jerry, since you were the first voice of the Bears, I'm going to start with you. I talked about this drive, or this play earlier in the program tonight. One of the plays I remember the most from when you were on the mic was Wayne talked about it as a crappy weather night. Marv Cook actually had a bum ankle that night. It wasn't even going to play. And with the game in doubt, still in question, gets a fumble and returns it limping, running 55 yards. And just the excitement in your voice at that time, I remember that. What do you remember about that game?
Well, I mean,
that was 1983.
Marv played on a lot of guts.
Yeah.
I mean, on that, and it was just, I think the turnaround and the big play, on that was just huge. Although the play that I'll always remember the most, and it was a disappointment for West Branch, was Marv Cook, fourth down up at Mount Vernon. And I still swear he was in.
He had 4 chances and he didn't get in. Come on now.
And that was that knocked it, because that was the only loss, but that knocked us out of the playoffs. That was back when I think there was
only got 8 teams in the playoffs at that point.
And that was sad on there.
Yeah.
That was a really good Bear team.
Right. Brad Bartelt was our running back at that point too, and I mean, he just missed going all the way. I mean, on the next series, it's like, oh my goodness. This is hard to take, but
and that was at Mount Vernon, the old field. I mean, and of course we were broadcasting. Tom Messenger was doing the film before that, and I can still remember hanging out the thing
just to watch, so you could see what's going on.
Of course, it was the last.
Let's hear it for our marching Bears.
Vernon. I mean, the trees overhang the field there. It was quite a nice setting.
The marching Bears hope to see you at our monthly can drive on Saturday.
Speaking of hanging out of the booth, it takes me back to Friday the 13th here at Oliphant Street Field many years ago. And the night started off by our ticket taker getting run over down here, taking tickets. And the next thing I know, I'm sitting here in the booth, and I happen to look left, and there's a car sitting on the field. And I'm thinking, I don't remember seeing a car go by here. And a gentleman here from West Branch put his car in reverse instead of going forward, jumped that steel rail, had his girlfriend with him, and they came down and lit down on the field. And he was so scared he had his foot wide open on the throttle. So Butch ran up there and got his foot off the throttle. In the meantime, everybody's trying to sort this all out. Well, Sunil was Nico was our janitor. So they called him down to take the car off the field. Well, by that time, the authorities were here, and they caught him over by the bench over there, thought he was the guy that was driving. They were going to arrest him. And I'm going, talk about a Halloween night. What else is going to go wrong here? So that's one I'm always going to remember,
Well, that was back just when they had just like one steel cable.
Yeah. Oh, my goodness.
Well, Wayne, I asked him about a couple of his plays, but obviously you had many, many plays you saw. You saw a lot of the plays that Jerry called, and you had, nearly 30 years of plays that you called. But, of all the plays, one of the plays that's been used in that Weather Channel documentary they did on West Branch a few years back. But when in the Dome in 1991, Kevin Braddock gets a carry from the 9-yard line, 91 yards away, hurdles a guy on the ground, and it's off to the races. And you, at the end of it, give your Braddock. He's got his arms up from about the 20 because nobody was catching him. When you look back on that moment, you don't think about what you're going to say, but that's one of the iconic calls in West Branch football history.
Right. It just came out. I never even thought about it, And the other thing about that game was, I believe the kid's name was Kakmarinsky. He was having a huge night himself. I can't remember how many yards he had, but that play was one of the ones I'll always remember that I did. And Braddock was a great back. He could take it to the house anytime he got his hands on it. So, and I can remember seeing him in the summertime, and I met him on the gravel road, and he had this bar across his neck, and he had two 5-gallon buckets hanging on the end of this thing, and he was jogging with them. And I thought, what in the world have we come to here, you know? But he worked. I mean, he worked for everything he got, you know.
So my question for either one of you, jump in here. We've got about 5.5 minutes. When Jerry was on the mic, did you listen to his call, some of his calls? Have you heard some of those through the years?
Yeah.
It was a little different because they only let you go for like 10 seconds, and then it got cut off. Then it got a little bit more for you.
Well, with me, I was thinking about that driving in here tonight, and the fact that, you know, when you left, then Butch just casually one night says, hey, I'm going to need somebody to do the play-by-play next year. Would you be interested? And I kind of like the deer in the headlight. I thought, what? And he says, I just need somebody for 1 year. That's all I need, just to get us through the year. And I said, okay.
That sounds like Butch.
Was that the similar agreement for you, Jerry?
Yeah, actually, how I got started was when they were just starting cable TV.
That's right. Yeah.
And of course, it was West Branch Cablevision, or it was the telephone company. And Frank Pearson called me and asked me, "Would you be willing to do this?" And it's like, yeah, I'll do it. Why not? Because I'd been doing the PA announcing at the basketball, so forth like that. So I did it, and it was a lot of fun. And of course, then ended up getting married and bought a grocery store in Brooklyn and moved.
Yeah, so you moved. That's right.
I had no clue, what I was doing. So I went home and watched every college football game I could, every pro game I could, try to find out what they were saying, And so that's kind of the way I learned it. But I was very fortunate. I came along at the right time, and I always like to say I was a real small part of a huge success program, and been pretty lucky through the years.
And here's me from my perspective, and Matt and I have talked about this. This might be where Jason cries. As a West Branch community member and a West Branch Bear, family member, as we all are. These kids, the one thing that they're playing the game now, but 20 years from now, they've got film.
Oh, yeah.
Or they've got Ryan Burton put together a highlight film that had most of your vocal prowess on it, Jerry, called Years Gone By, which is exactly where it's at now. And between Quinn and you and many people put highlight films together every year. And now Rich Stout has got some of those old films, has got them formulated. He's put them on the YouTube. I have got the opportunity to go back and watch some of these. And it's hard for me to say I'm the voice of the Bears because you guys are the voice of the Bears for me, for my life.
You won't believe how many people have called me about seeing those replays on there. And, you touched on another thing, and that was the highlight films.
Yeah.
I was probably the one that got that started. I can't tell you how many hours we got
Matt's back there shaking his head.
That grew into, and the first highlight film we did is basically we picked some plays out and plugged the music in and let it run. Then it got to the point where you had to pick the plays off the tape, and we had to pick the plays off the tape. And
Stephen Grace just jumped in here.
Yes.
Anyway.
Yeah, but you had to pick the plays out, then mark where they were on the tape, and then put them all together. So I can't tell you, weekend after weekend, and I always like to thank my family too. I mean, I couldn't have done the whole thing without my wife Patty. She was a big support.
Yeah.
And my kids, and we've been married 54 years, and I still enjoy waking up with her in the morning. So
that's well, now you get to follow your grandkids around, and young McGavin's quite the golfer. As a golf coach, I'm thankful for that.
Yes, and I think he's in good hands with you and Coach Sexton. I want to tell you thank you for what you do for him, and also for the community. And like Butch always used to say too, and I really think it's true, is once a Bear, always a Bear. I mean,
well, I can tell you guys one thing. I'm thankful for you, what you guys have done for the program, and these kids and this community at large get to hear those and have those memories for a long time. Thanks, Wayne.
I got great grandchildren that are going to go to Mid Prairie, and I got grandchildren that are going to go to Tipton. I'm going to tell you, it's hard putting that black and gold on. Let me tell you.
Yeah. Well, Jerry's on the sideline, going to try if he can to get a conversation in with Coach Ty Lee. We'll see what Jared has to say, but you know what? When it's 20-6, he might be pretty doggone concentrated on a football game, but we're going to see what we can do. Jerry's right down there by him now, trying to get in on the wind sprints. But Jared, Coach Ty Lee has found Jerry on the sidelines. Let's go down.
Coach Ty Lee, thanks for a couple questions on there. Obviously, the first half, you really didn't have the ball an awful lot. Your thoughts?
No, but when we do, we got to move the ball more. And we had some chances on that first drive. We had Coop going down the sideline. We just missed a throw. And then we just need to sustain blocks better and just execute better. And I gotta be better.
Okay, well, very good. Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Jerry.
That's Jared Ty Lee with sideline Jerry Flagel down there. Well, Wayne, we've got about 13 seconds before the Bears will be kicking it back to the Blazers. The Blazers, Dyersville Beckman. Physical, big football team, always have guys that are like 280, 270, 260 across the front, and tonight is no different. It's 20-6. They've got the ball. The West Branch, what adjustments did they make?
I was going to say, with a game, you never know. I've seen games where all the scoring was in the first quarter. That's it. So you never know how the flow of the game is going to go. I know one thing I'd certainly like to see us get a stop right off the bat.
I was going to say, this series is so key for momentum.
I think this may be the biggest defensive series of the game. Jenrich, big kick, deep, run, back at the 1 yard line. It's going forward and is stopped. No, he breaks free a little bit. Another one of those rugby scrums going forward, but only out to about the 22. I said it before, I'll say it again. Special teams is, you got offense, you got defense, but you don't forget about special teams, and that kid right there has a big leg.
And this, this series could set the field position for the second half right off the bat.
If you can get a stop here, the Blazers have first and 10 at their own 21. You start flipping fields, and like I said earlier, there's no Torrey Taylor there that's going to punt it 60 yards and get them out of trouble.
Hopefully the Bears will make some adjustments here.
Okay.
Get this thing figured out.
I don't think the Blazers are going to adjust much. They're going to come right up the line. This time there's that quick hit up the middle, and he's got a lot of room. Wolf has just been pounding the Bears up the middle, and it's a lot of that offensive line, and he's again 16 yard carry, 1st and 10. I got some quick stats, just a couple quick hits from the Blazers. That man, Burlage, number 21, has 16 carries, 163 yards, and 2 scores. Wolf now with 7 carries and 59 yards. Setting him down. There's a quick hit again to Wolf up the middle. Stopped straight at the line of scrimmage, but 160 pounds, and he's pushing West Branch forward and gets 5 yards.
Well, what I notice is we're trying to make a lot of tackles from behind.
Yeah.
I
might be able to pull some guys that way going forward. Because you're falling forward, that's going to be 2 yards right there, Wayner. Come on, West Branch. Big plays here. Beckman was 6 for 12 for 61 yards, a key 25-yard touchdown pass at the end. Dylan Raker, 6 of 12, 61 yards. We'll get
you just never know. Sometimes it takes one play to get this momentum swung back around.
You need it.
And that's what you got to hope for here.
2nd and a long 4. This time Burlage goes to the right, bouncing off a guy here and there. He's stopped 2 yards short. Got stopped. He stood up, but he carries that guy 4 yards, and it's 1st and 10 Blazers at now the 48 of West Branch.
Boy, does he run hard.
No joke.
Oh, my goodness.
In 3 plays, they're from the 21. Now they're near midfield and have space. The playbook is open.
There again, somebody hit him in the backfield. And then, he hits him and goes 2 yards forward. So
I say the playbook is open, but what I mean by that is they're just going to run the football until they get stopped.
He's got a low center of gravity, too.
Yeah.
That's, I'm sure, very difficult to tackle.
This time it's Wolf bounces outside instead of going up the middle, and he carries Cooper Gates about 2 yards. Give him 4 or 5 yards on that play. Into West Branch territory now at the 48. Coach John Hirschman checking in with us. My parents, Dave and Lou, were listening down in Washington. But it's 2nd and 6. Flag on the play. Looks like West Branch is offside. And the encroachment penalty is correct. on West Branch. That is 5 free yards. They're already getting 5 a pop running the ball. Now they're getting 5 on a penalty, Wayne. Can't have that stuff. You said it earlier, the 2 words, drive killers.
Yep.
Drive helpers for the offense, which is the Blazers. Now they've got 2nd and just 1 at the West Branch 43.
You mentioned your family there just a second before, and I want to send a hello out to your dad and your mom and your brothers and sisters. Your family's been great West Branch football people, let me tell you, and they drive a ways to get here every week.
Appreciate that. 2nd and 1. Nothing fancy. It's just Burlage, 2 hands on the football going forward. Tackled hard by Big Mike, but not before he gets 6 yards to the West Branch 38. And it's 1st and 10 Blazers.
The problem is if you don't get in front of him,
I
mean, there's no bringing him down from behind.
I'm thinking now, do you overload a side and force them to flip, force them to change their script? Do you see him when he's on his left, when he's on the left shoulder of the quarterback and put like 4, 5, 6 players on the right side of their, going up against that offensive line to the right and force their hand?
He's going to have 300 yards before the night's over.
It's a possibility. I think here comes that dive. There's a blitz, and there's that dive. This time stood straight up. No gain, or they're going to give him maybe 1.
Who was that came in? Gates?
Gates came in on the blitz. They picked it up, but Montgomery picked him, the runner, up and took him straight back. Officials timeout.
Gates is bending over a little bit. That was a pretty good hit.
State France, and they called
France. Yeah, that was a pretty good hit in the backfield there.
They take an official timeout, and he's forced to come to the sideline. Number 72, Dylan Sheely, into the game. Young farm boy there. See if he can come in and make a play.
Who you got in the defensive backfield here? I'm trying to pick some numbers.
You got Brandon Peterson and Keaton Gates at your corners, and you've got Connor Rios and Nate Hills at your safeties for West Branch. Linebacker core of Capper, Gates, and Neighbor. There's Burlage going in motion to the right. He gets it. This time the Bears stop him.
Good job.
2 guys make him hit him, and he goes straight down after a gain of, we'll call it 1. Now you've got the Blazers in 3rd and 8. And it looks like I talked to somebody at halftime, got a text message. They think that play that we saw at the end of the first half might be the only quote-unquote trick play they got in the book. Well,
I think
let's see if they come back at it here. 3 guys to the left, Wayne.
I think we're in 4-down territory anyway.
Play action pass. He's got a man wide open down the right side. Nobody guards Ostwinkle. And he goes in easy after catching a ball. 36 yards and a Blazer touchdown.
There was nobody even close to him.
Yeah, let's watch that play back up here and see what we can pick up. But my golly, that is easy money. Ostwinkle is out. You can see him on the wing, and he's just going free. There's no one even here.
He just went straight down the field.
Yeah, the safety carries with the man on the posts. Was a decoy route, and the nice little small wheel route by the tight end, wide open for 6. Extra point is good. 7:37 in the 3rd. It's Beckman 27. It's West Branch 6. And we have got trouble right here in whatever city it is, Wayner, for the Bears.
You know, while we have another second here, too, I want to thank you and Matt for all the work you do for this football team and for the town of West Branch. I mean, you've brought it to the next level. You know what I'm saying? I bet you there's colleges that wish they had a program like you guys have put together for this. So I just want to make sure that I say thank you and that you know how much it's appreciated.
Thank you, Wayne. We appreciate it.
You guys do a great job.
High praise.
Absolutely great job.
Well, I would echo with what Wayne says, and I'd especially give kudos to Matt Chenander there. Matt is kind of the behind-the-scenes guy that does a lot of the stuff, and he works well late into the night putting out highlights and just does a fabulous job. And boy, I tell you, and he's worked through with a lot of us different characters and done a great job.
Yes.
The only time I only have a voice. Matt does everything else. Low kick again to Crossweight, and man, does he take a hit and go back. That's that man, Wolf. He doesn't just carry the football; he brings the heat with a tackle. And West Branch has it around their own 30. This is a must-score drive for West Branch.
I would say something better happen.
You don't score here, and
we're going to run out of time.
It's going to, because
time is starting to become an enemy here.
Absolutely, positively, the Blazers are wanting to let that clock tick. Tight trips left. Peterson out here on his own, one-on-one. Looking for him. It's a deep pass. Looks for Peterson. Stop. He catches it. We wanted a touchdown, and I think we're going to get it. Number 8 for 69 yards and 6 points, just like that. Touchdown, West Branch. Jerry, you're on the north side. You couldn't catch up with that, but nobody could catch up with Peterson.
Nobody touched him. I mean, I don't know if that had to have been a blown coverage, but once he caught the ball behind him, there wasn't anybody going to catch him.
Oh, my goodness. We said they had to score, and by golly, did they score? Watching it back here on the replay, you know what? That ball is underthrown to begin with, and the receiver Peterson holds up. Then it's deep. He catches it, and it's gone.
Having trouble getting the extra point.
Getting in. Need an extra point. Need this point. Good snap, good hold, and a great kick. It is good. Your score, 7:20 in the third quarter. It's Dyersville 27, West Branch 13.
Well, we had the ball 10 seconds the third quarter. I mean, Dyersville Beckman had a 4.5 minute drive, pretty methodical going down. We got the ball one play, 10 seconds, and we got a score.
Former Bear Wyatt Federlin checking in out there on the Snapchat. You know, a lot of ex-players have been texting me tonight, recent guys like Coach Hirschman and Wyatt and a couple other gentlemen, and they said this Beckman team looks a lot like the Marmac team from 2 years ago. Like they're basically, hey, this is their playbook. And it worked against West Branch then, and so far it's working against West Branch right now.
That's basically like, here it is, stop it.
Yep.
You know? I mean,
the wing tee, Wayne, you know all about you. You saw that for a couple of years.
Oh, boy.
Wow. Again, we keep saying it. The Bear defense has got to bear down.
The game's still not over. I can tell you that right now. Still not over.
Ginrich's kick. It's high. Off to his left. Recovered at the 4. Receiver slow to go. Now he picks up speed. He's got a lane to the outside. It closes up, but that's at around the 40-yard line. 34-yard return at the 38. Nice return there by I got to check that guy's number. I can't tell. Looks like maybe number 4, Carter White. What a great return out to the 38, 34 yards. 1st and 10 Blazers. West Branch defense. You don't need a big challenge for the entire game. You're going to have to do it anyway, right?
Who you got at the backers here? It looks like Gates.
You got 32 Gates. You got 36 Young Capper. And you've got 42 Neighbor on the outside, as well as 6. That is Trepanier. There's that quick kick up the middle. This time the Bears aren't fooled.
There they go.
There is no gain there. A whole den of Bears stacking him up, setting him down. Capper, first man in there, the neck roll. Now his neck roll's not as big as Victor's used to be. Vic's neck roll, I think, took up his old back. Weighed about 39 pounds. I think defense guys on the other side were lucky that neck roll weighed him down, or the hits would have been harder.
Yeah. I'll guarantee you he needed to keep his neck from snapping when he hit you.
And he's over there in Kansas listening and watching right now. 2nd and 10. Play action.
Oh, boy.
It's all Raker. It's a completely planned quarterback run. Takes what he can get, runs out of bounds on his own power. That's a really nice spot. He looked like he went out of bounds at about the 46, but they're going to give him the 48.
You know, he's got some speed.
He does.
He has some speed.
He came into the game averaging around 40 yards rushing per game.
Yeah, he turned that corner there. I was worried he was going to get more than that.
Give him 8 yards, and now it's 3rd and very manageable. 3rd and 2.
We need to stop.
Somehow, some way, find a way.
Yep.
This might be 2-down territory for him anyway. You may have 2 plays here, even if this one doesn't work.
I don't know. I don't think they'd let us give us a shot.
Here comes that fullback dive. No, it's to Burledge, and they got it. I tell you what, number 72, Roeder. Number 72, I got to check that number back. That is Griffin Davis.
Yeah, I don't have a 72.
He set the edge. There were men coming inside, and he set him up quick, set that edge on Neighbor, had a beat on him, but man, do they set the edge well. This kid is running horizontal with the line, which is exactly what you want. But somehow, someway, he finds 4 yards and a first down. Wow.
And also, they don't turn the ball over.
No.
That's another thing.
Oh,
blitz again. Oh.
This time, Raker tries that play again. That roll out, play and run. And no, this time, Hills.
Bears arguing. They came up with the ball.
Hills is right there. And a 4-5 yard loss back into Blazer territory. Beckman, 2nd and 15. Needed that on first down.
That's my old drive killer. I'm going back to it.
I love it.
All right.
And because you haven't seen many of those on first down for the Blazers. It's always 4, 5, 6, 8 yards. And dust clouds. Well, I guess on this field there's not many dust when it's this well manicured.
My favorite ones used to be offsides or illegal procedure. Oh, my gosh. 5-yard penalties all it usually took.
Trips to the right. Is this that rollout to the right pass?
Yep.
It sure is.
It sure is.
There's a hold right in the middle, and he missed it. And now he got it late. He must have heard me up here. The pass is, though it is complete to number 9, that is White, but there's a flag. He may have got that.
This almost has to be
It is a hold. He called it.
That's a big call.
The center angler used Tate France as his dance partner, had his two hands around the waist there.
That's a big call.
And that's a spot foul at the 43.
That is going to be a big call right there.
You know, it reminded me of the old dances, the wedding dance of Jerry Flagle and his wife there on that play.
The way I say this, too, is if we can stop them now.
This is it.
We're going to have some kind of good field position again.
It's going to be 2nd and Tipton here.
Yeah.
I got to do a lot of math. That's hard for me, Matt.
Well, I'm old and accountant, so don't depend on me, okay? Just tell me what number you're looking for. That's usually the way I used to work.
2nd and 25.
There we go.
I think that's what we're looking at here.
I can get you that if that's what you need.
Okay. The last time they had 2nd and 25, they got 6 points on it. Oh, they got 12 men. They broke the huddle. That's a flag. And there it is. I can account that. I can count that.
I was going to say. Yeah, my philosophy always used to be just give me the number you want, I'll get you there.
You know, Dyersville, after playing pretty mistake-free, boy, they've stubbed their toe on this drive.
Drive killers. Wayne's got it. That's 3 in a row. 3 consecutive penalties. Now it's 2nd and East Moline.
On the same token, though.
Yeah.
If we let them off the hook here, I'm not going to be real happy.
Keep everything in front of you.
You betcha.
I don't think they're going to do anything crazy.
Nothing behind you here.
2 left, 2 right. Single set on his left. Looking for a little inside rocket screen. And the Bears are on it.
We're lucky. They're lucky we didn't intercept that.
Neighbor and Frantz and Trepanier having a little 3-man lunch at the running back, a little party.
They're lucky we didn't pick that off.
A 1-yard loss. Ball now at the 31. It's going to be 3rd and Chad Gates, 3rd and 32.
All right.
Leave them in front of you, right, Wayne?
We don't want anybody getting behind us right here.
Even Larry Rummels and John Hirschman will tell you there are not many plays you have in your playbook for 3rd and 32.
Tight end screen. Lurch.
That's just a straight dive. Going to get what they can get.
All right,
and
Bears.
Mike and Frantz are on it, and they're not getting much. They're getting 2 yards. It's going to be 4th and 30. And boy, the momentum is changing.
Like I said, we're going to have good field position here.
Putting it from their own 33-yard line. Peterson, Brandon's back on his own 30. Can the Bears get a rush here? Looks like they're packing it in. They got 6 on the line. Nope, they're just taking it back. It's a high punt. Peterson is getting away from it. It takes a nice upward bounce. It's going to go down to about the 30-yard line.
Good field position.
1st and 10 for the Bears, 70 yards away from getting this within a 1-score football game.
You know, that whole first half, we had several plays where we were like just a hand away from catching the ball. Just fingertips. those 2 catches, and this could be a totally different ball game.
And I think Jared talked about that. Coach Tiley talked about that at halftime. One was into this tight trips formation to the right. He might be looking at it again right now. As Gates goes in motion, he's got him. Oh, they pick him up. Rios rolls out, makes a man miss. He's going to take what he can get. Goes out of bounds at about the 35. That's a nice pickup. He gets 5 yards.
Nice fake by Rios there to get that extra yardage.
They were looking for that same wheel route out of the backfield.
Yep.
The Blazers didn't bite this time. Rios uses his athleticism. That was all him.
That pump
for
fake,
5 yards.
Yeah, that pump fake got him another 5 yards there. So let's hope.
You got trips left now. You got 2 guys to the right. Keaton Gates is on the slot. Probably got to go in motion here. And he does. There's no jet sweep.
This could be a big play.
Looking for a bit. Trying to set up a bubble screen out there. Rios threw it in front of his man neighbor. It's incomplete. It's now 3rd and 5. A big play for the Bears. Need to keep the drive going with 2:54 remaining in the 3rd quarter. I have to think.
We're late getting somebody in again here.
But 27 seconds remain on the play clock, so that's the good news.
Yeah, we got time.
At least one of them still has bulbs, I can tell.
I just got to believe maybe we can get something going here. We need one play.
Neighbor set up tight end left. He's going right down the seam. Gets held up. Rios is held up the backfield. Tries to get out of the way. Had a little seam, but that broke down quickly. Big number 77, Eric Bogey. Tackle for loss. The sack. Coach Tiley does not like something down there from one of his guys up the middle. And I think the play was not ran the way it was designed, but it was designed the way the Blazers wanted it. They got a 1-yard loss. The Bears are punting. Just over 2 minutes remain, 3rd quarter. Need a big punt here. Low punt. It goes past Peterson. Just get on it. No, sir. And it's recovered. There's a flag, and my guess is that's going to be on who? What is this flag? It's either going to be
up at the 25
It's either going to be offside or it's going to be a penalty on the West Branch sideline. Let's see which it is. That's my guess. He's pointing. One official that threw it is pointing toward the Blazers. What do we got here? Because the Blazers recovered that fumble at the 9-yard line. This is a huge play.
What is it? 4th and 6? 4th and 6.
What is it? What do we got? They're still discussing, not discussing.
Oh, boy.
Probably some cussing going on, too. They're going to go to the monitor. I'm watching the replay here. Let's see.
What's the call is what I'm trying to figure out.
We don't know yet. I don't know. See if we can get this replay pulled up. There it goes. And we've got the back view of this. They're still discussing it. It looked like maybe the guy on the outside there may have been offside. Wayne, watch this. No, he's onside. This guy might be lining the neutral zone. That might be it. But we're going to wait and see. We don't get to be in the replay. All 5 of them still standing down there.
Jerry needs to take his microphone.
What's that?
Jerry needs to take his microphone.
Jerry, why don't you get out there in the huddle? Find out what you can find out.
You know what?
Holding on West Branch is the call.
Yeah,
I was way off.
The flag location it was like about 10 yards behind the line of scrimmage, so I didn't think it had anything to do with that. So now saying that is one thing I've always said is, these officials, they communicate by like a walkie-talkies.
Yeah.
And I've always said, I ought to get a walkie-talkie, and if I could find the same channel, I know exactly what they're doing.
You're going to get the ham radio signal.
Well, it's going to be tough for the Bears. They're going to have a big stand here. The ball's at the 12-yard line.
Wow. Special teams always make a difference, man. And right there, that's the biggest special team play of the night. The Blazers have first and knocking on the door at the 12. Little blitz, handoff right to that man, number 21, Berlagi.
Bears did
this
a good
time
job
the
on
Bears
him,
set up on that way.
They did a good job on him.
Yeah, they've been able to stuff that the last few plays on there. So with the adjustments West Branch has made has been good.
The only big run plays I think I've seen, Jerry, this half have been those quick hit dives up the middle.
Yeah.
So 1:45 in the 3rd. The clock is not the friend of West Branch. It is the friend of the Blazers. They can do whatever they want right now with the clock. They've got it down to 15 seconds on the play and are just breaking the huddle. 1:35 remains in the quarter. Two men out to the left. Probably going to be, high snap! It's fumble! The quarterback falls on it. Oh, the Bears get a break there, Wayner.
Boy, oh boy, it would have been a bigger break if we would have got the ball.
You got that right. But take what you can get in these scenarios.
We'll take it.
So that ball's now back at
so now you're probably going to see the ball in the air, I would say.
Yeah. That is a big loss.
What is it, third and?
You've got the ball 3rd and 20 at the 22-yard line. Scoreboard says 27. I think it is the 22. It checks out. Jerry's right on it.
Yeah, it's 22. I'm over here ready for when they drag that receiver back across the field. I'm going to cover it this time.
Okay. Exactly, Jerry. That's just what I was sitting here thinking is watch them run that same play again here.
They ran the play clock down, and the Blazers take a timeout. The last time they called a timeout, they put that play in.
Yeah, they're coming up with something.
I think the Bears are going to be on the play Jerry's talking about. But I'll tell you something right now. We talk about that big special teams play for the Blazers. They had 1st and 10 at the 12. Now it's 3rd and 20 at the 27. If you're looking at this scenario, Wayne, this is about as good as West Branch could ask for right now.
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't know if they have a kicker. But what would it be? It would be a 20 from where they're at right now.
24?
It would be somewhere in there, yeah.
Well, I'll tell you, I wondered about that too, but boy, when he kicked that extra point, he kicked it over the Jim Lloyd Tower. So,
yeah.
I hear it's a high rent district up there.
Yeah.
The penthouse suite.
Yeah.
They had to be renting that one out.
You used to see kicks like that from a nice straight toe kicker number 12 back in the day. He used to kick extra points off the bus barn.
Who films up there now for the Bears, you know?
That is young Mr. Dalton Kailberg.
All right. Shout out to Dalton.
Yep. Good weather for him tonight, too.
I mean, that's the thing, too, is I always like to, if I can, recognize the people behind the scenes.
Yeah,
as many as you can behind the scenes. A lot of work goes into this.
Double tight formation. Berlagi in motion. It's just window dressing. Blitz on the quarterback. Is he going to get away? Throw it. He's got a man in the end zone. And he catches it for a Blazer touchdown. Number 33 on the catch. That is Cole Hirsch. I tell you something, Raker, that is an incredible throw. He's rolling to his opposite arm. Throws it 40 yards on the money.
I have been impressed with his throws. He's been accurate.
Wow.
On the money.
24 out of 50 coming in, 23 out of 50 on the season coming into this game. Tonight he's been far better than 46%. Extra point is kicked, and that one might be up to over the Jim Lloyd Tower. It's definitely good. Wow.
Boy, there you mentioned Jim Lloyd. There's another guy that's did a tremendous amount of work for the Bears. All those years filming and everything. I like Jim.
Well, 36.5 seconds remain in the third quarter. Blazers of Dyersville Beckman 34, West Branch 13. When you're watching this Blazer football team, they don't do anything fancy. The only kind of trick fancy thing that the Blazers have run tonight is the end of the first half play. Other than that, they're going to come at you. If you can stop it, you can stop it. But we're not going to do it. We're going to just do what we keep doing. Try and stop it.
Well, I mean, too, and you look at this 21, this Burlage. I kind of compare him to the kid from Iowa.
Yeah.
That's emerged this year. And, I mean, you can just ride that horse. That's all I'm saying,
Keep going. Wow. This is it's not over. It's just a tall task. There's that man for about his fifth time tonight. There's Logan Christoffel on the return, and he hasn't been able to get anywhere. Brought down there by 34, Mac Wolf. The Bears 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
One thing I've noticed, too, on this team is you cannot run east and west against them.
You can't.
You cannot. You have to go north and south.
With all the beef that they have up front, you can't just attack the middle. And they've got great athletes on the outside, as evidenced by these 2 long touchdown passes and Burlage with 2 long touchdown runs. Bears trips left, tight end, or single set. Gates looking to the right. Looking for a man deep. He does have him. It's Trepigny. Oh, he turns his shoulder. He had him on the inside, throws to the outside. Just couldn't get back to it, but he had him, Wayner. It was there.
Yeah, I don't know if the receiver turned the wrong way or if the ball was thrown on the wrong side. I don't know which.
Wow. Trepanier had about 4 or 5 yards on his man. But after all that, it's 2nd and 10 for the Bears at their own 26.
Yeah, for one thing you could say about Beckman is maybe the defensive backfield coverage has not been that good.
I tell you what, that's the one quote-unquote Achilles heel that we've seen tonight. But the scoreboard's not showing up too badly against them. Empty formation. The Bears got good blocking, but is anybody open? There is a man. Late throw there to number 33, Nolan Staker, getting some action. And it's a big play into the Blazer territory. Give him 29-yard reception. 45-yard line is the spot. 1st and 10. This is getting some of his first action of the night. Nolan Staker. He's also the backup quarterback for West Branch tonight, if needed.
I see number 17, Ethan Miller, come off the field there.
Big E. Peterson and Capper to your right. Gates to the left of Rios in the backfield, and Trepanier and that man Staker to the left. Going pass again. Another pump fake, trying to go downtown. Nothing. Try it. It's a jailbreak in the backfield. Rios throws it late. Oh. It's caught by Peterson. It's a great play, a great offense, great individual effort by Rios.
Nice catch.
It's going to go down at about a 4-yard completion. That might be one of the better 4-yard completions.
And he was probably 15, 20 yards downfield and came back for that when he saw Rios was getting scrambling out of the pocket.
That'll prove the final play of the third quarter. It's Dyersville Beckman 34. It's West Branch 13. Don't go away yet. Come on back. The fourth quarter's coming. We're going to take a break. It's WestBranch.Football.
Main Street Sweets is your hometown sandwich and ice cream shop located in the heart of downtown West Branch between the Serving Cafe and Touched by Power. Main Street Sweets offers great burgers, tenderloins, cheese balls, and more. And don't forget the ice cream. Main Street Sweets, locally owned and operated by my wife Jessica and me, where we're always proud to support our hometown.
Want to watch tonight's game? All regular season varsity home games are streamed live on the West Branch Football YouTube channel. If you'd like to watch a road game or any other game, the YouTube channel will also have video highlights and condensed game replays. Just go to WestBranch.Football for more information.
We are back live at the beginning of the fourth quarter. Thanks for sticking with us here on the Bearcast. Right now, the scoreboard is not looking what a West Branch fan would like, as it's 34-13. The Dyersville Beckman Blazers and their physical style of football, old school smash mouth football. Even Butch Peterson would appreciate this. As we begin the quarter, the Bears will have 2nd down and 6, short 5 at the 40 of Dyersville. Capper in motion left, now trips to your left. Rios rolls to that side, looking for a man. He doesn't have anybody, so he just throws it into the ground. Actually a pretty smart play there. He was about ready to get sacked, Wiener. But now the biggest third down of the night.
He has a hard time here throwing out of the pocket. He just has not had enough time. And, once you flush him, sometimes the accuracy goes away.
Yeah. And the thing is, when you've got an empty formation, the Bears have great numbers in the box. It's 5-on-4, 5-on-3.
But they've just had a hard time keeping him off of him.
Those big guys are just weighing on him. There it is. Look across the middle. He's got a man. Incomplete. High intended for Trepanier. It's going to bring 4th and 5.
What do you do here?
40. Well, this is one of those things. I think the best you can do, either try to get Rios out in space so he could either run for it, some of those short yardage, maybe a bubble pass, try to get it in the hands of number 32. Gates is in the slot. We're full empty formation here. Keaton Gates, motion left. This is it for the Bears. Here's the pass deep. He's got a man wide open. Just can't get to it as Trepanier. Turnover on downs. Blazer football. 1st and 10 at their own 40. And one of those things when you look at it now, it's 21 points. When you're going against a team that runs the football and takes as much time as the Blazers do, I wouldn't call it insurmountable, but I would call it fairly improbable.
Right, and I mean, for us to kick there, I don't think it would have done.
No.
I just don't think it would have made any sense to kick. So,
yeah, you can't. Gingrich has got a leg to 50 to 55, and if he misses it, they get fantastic field position. Or you punt it now. Coming back up, just that nice wing tee. There it is, Berlage. Excuse me. Yeah, that is Berlage. And he's getting stopped, and he's just pushing the pile like a rugby scrum. Going forward 6 yards on 1st and 10, now up to the 46. The Bears, some of the guys got their hands on their waist there.
You get this 6 yards, 6 and 7 yards on first down. I mean,
you're an old math guy, Wayne. 6 plus 6 is a first down, isn't it?
Give me a second. I heard this. Oh, my.
2nd and 4 at the 46. 11 minutes now remaining in regulation. It looks like the Blazers are content with running the play clock down. This time Wolf goes off the left side. He gets a 2-yard gain, stops 2 yards short of the 1st and 10. 3rd and 2. 35 seconds remaining on the play clock, and you can bet everything you got in your pocket that the Blazers are going to run this thing down to single digits.
We may not see another pass.
They may not. They don't want to because they don't want to stop the clock.
No, that's what I said.
As a wise man once said, John Hirschman, among many people, said it. But when you throw the football, there's only one good thing that can happen. There are a lot of bad things, interceptions, incompletions, but only one good thing. So it's 3rd and 2. Here comes that dive, more than likely, and there it is. No, he bounces outside. They stop him. He may be short. The man on the outside, he does have him short.
They're marking him short.
But you can bet they're not going to punt the football here. It's 4th and John Madden football.
Well, it looks to me, too, like we basically are just trying to take a guess and hit the hole that they're coming to so that we can get some momentum against them.
If I'm West Branch, you got to sell out completely on this play. If they hit the home run, getting by the first line, they get by the first line.
I don't think they're not going to throw it.
And here they go with the blitz. Hits the backfield, but he bounces off him 2 guys and gets 3 yards at a 1st and 10. Big play for the Blazers. The Bears were right there, Wayne, but just like he's shown all night, Burlage is not just going to come down.
Yeah, one guy is not going to bring him down.
We've seen some good backs. Matt and I were together on the call up in Dyke, and we saw Noah Borcherding, a great back. But I don't think West Branch has seen he doesn't do anything fancy. He just keeps going forward. This is as good a back as they'll see.
And there again, give their line some credit, too, because they got some real horses up there.
And he's not afraid to carry the ball looks like going to be 40 times tonight. Inside handoff to Ostwinkle. He gets stopped behind the line of scrimmage until he bounces off a tackle, and a would-be rugby scrum breaks out again with a 4-yard carry on 1st and 10. Yeah.
You know, this team lives with the run, appears to me, but the quarterback is a good thrower. He can throw the ball. And I can always remember old Lurch telling me, he says, you're not going to win the whole thing being one-dimensional.
No.
You got to be two-dimensional. And they seem to have the package here.
Just over 8 minutes and counting here on the game clock in the 4th quarter. 2nd and 6 at the 44.
I mean, this is exactly what Dyersville wants.
This is it. They couldn't ask. This is exactly what they have. And they have the man exactly they want the balls. Burlage bounce off 2 people, and he is off to the races. 44 yards, 21 for 6. Wow.
How many yards has he got, I wonder?
It's close to, I'm going to bet it's close to 280 yards.
Can we check it or not? Can't check it?
Wow. Jerry Flagle can check in on that one for us, I bet, with Chad Schutte.
I'll see if I can catch
He's
him.
walking pretty quickly in front of you, Jerry. I want to see you pick up your pace.
Yeah. Jerry, I thought you'd be down there on that one.
Wow.
Sore knees, man.
Yeah. Extra point coming up here for the Blazers as snaps down, the kick is down, and it is up, and it is good. 7:58 remains in the fourth quarter, and it's Beckman 41, West Branch 13. Jerry's checking in down there on the sideline just to get us that stat. I'm guessing it's about 26 carries for about 270 yards. That's my guess.
234 yards.
On how many carries?
Oh, you want everything, don't you?
But like I said, this kid averages 25, 27 carries.
25 carries on that. So
200.
Yeah, that's a nice average.
That's just shy of. That's a little over 9 yards a tote.
Yep.
And I know you can do the math on that, Wayne. It ain't good for West Branch.
That doesn't sound good.
Wow. Well, we're going to keep with it here. We're not going to leave you, Bears.
What the tough part about it is you knew what was coming. We just can't stop it.
Yeah, I know. My guess is number 14 is going to get about his 9th return here. Kicks it right to number. No, that's going deep this time. Picked up by Keaton Gates. He's got a hole up the middle. Bounces out one tackle, cuts back to the middle, and then he gets stuffed down to the ground.
If that guy wouldn't have hung on, that could have got real interesting there.
Number 22 put the hit stick on. That's Cody Hageman. But a return to the 33. This is a game that the West Branch Bears are probably not going to win at this point. I hate saying that, but what you can do is stick to some of your playbook, and hopefully build some confidence moving forward.
Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised at the score. I'd be lying if I didn't say I wasn't surprised. I did not think it would be like this.
1st and 10 at the 34. Bears are just going straight passing here. This time Rios pocket breaks, tips it, tip back to himself. That's his first reception of the year. Rios to Rios. Give him 7 yards on a reception.
You know, the problem is he's running for his life about every other play. That's a lot of the problem here.
And I hear in the crowd down there, someone says, where's the protection? Let me tell you about protection. Protection's there, but protection isn't going to be forever. You can't – it's pretty tough to block for 5 seconds.
Like I said, when you're on the dead run, sometimes the accuracy is hard to get.
Gates in motion to the right, trips right, looking for Keaton Gates, throws behind him. He's probably lucky he dropped that because he was about ready to take a hit.
From three of Dyersville guys there.
22, Hageman was right there again to try to put the smack on him. But all in the end, it's going to bring up 3rd and 3 at the 41. West Branch has all but abandoned the run play this half. All but abandoned it. So let's see what they can do here on 3rd and 3.
We're just getting the play in here.
There's 22 seconds left on the play clock. There's a lot of confusion. They finally, I think, have what they want. 2 by 2 with the man off his right. Might be a run up the middle. Nope. Looking outside here. Quick bubble pass to Brandon Peterson. Breaks the first tackle. Gets going forward. Still going. Oh, he gets hit out of bounds. And then get hit after the whistle. And my goodness. Didn't have the ball. Okay, Matt corrects me on that. But he took a smoke shot. But no matter. It's 1st and 10 West Branch. Taking those small victories when you can get them, Wayner.
You bet. That was a great effort by Brandon there. I mean, that was a great effort.
1st and 10 Bears at the Dyersville 48, 7:31 on the clock.
I mean, these guys have not given up. I'll tell you that right now. They have not given up.
You just keep working. Try to build some confidence. Rios rolls to the right. He's got room. Better throw it fast. He takes a shot, and it is intercepted by Hageman. No, let me see what the number on that guy is. It's not 22, it's 23. 33, Cole Hurst, the man who had a touchdown catch.
Boy, Rios took a real shot on that.
Took a shot on it. He returns it to the West Branch side of the ball field at the 46. Now the Blazers have 1st and 10.
72 coming off.
You might see them now start to roll some different kids in. And just run the same thing.
Who you got for 72?
Sheely, that's Dylan Sheely. Well, Wayne, you know, you saw a lot of West Branch teams were very, very physical through the years. This is a lot like a West Branch football team that we've seen through years.
Yeah.
This being the Beckman Blazers.
I mean, to me,
there's that man again.
it's like I said before, is it here we come.
Yep.
Stop us.
Stop it. Burlage that time is stopped for a gain of just over 2. Maybe they'll give him 3. Forward progress to the 43. 2nd and 7. It looks, I mean, it's wing T-ish.
Yeah,
It's
size,
old school West Branch football. Come and get it.
I remember when we had Kyle Jones and Cliff Bowie, we had to take him down to BP to weigh him.
And then if they needed gloves, they just went to the farm and supply store, get those Farm All yellow gloves.
I'm sure that's the only penalty that's ever been called on a pair of handy Andy gloves laying on the field.
There's that dive up the middle to Wolf. Stopped by Montgomery. Gain of about 4 to the 39 of West Branch. 3rd and 3, and the clock's ticking, just over 6 minutes remaining in the contest. So, Jerry, you know, as Wayne has been, he said it, and I'm sure you're thinking it as well, is this is not obviously the outcome we thought would happen, and it's not, I just didn't see this happening, but you can see it down there as well as we can. That is just a physical football team putting it on.
It is. Dyersville, their offensive line is impressive in their back, and they know what they can do, and they do it, and then they mix it up with a couple nice touchdown passes as well. So Dyersville's played a very good game, you know, and whenever we have made a mistake, the Bears, we've had to pay for it. So,
yeah,
you know, it was one of those where just – you know, Dyersville just kind of set that play at the end of the first half.
That
really did us in.
That was a big play.
Yeah,
big play.
Well, while we were chatting there, the Blazers get 5 yards, and you're not going to believe it, another 1st and 10, and the clock's ticking 5:17. Congratulations to old former West Branch Bear and friend of the program, Matt, and myself on the golf program, Mitch Moon, getting married tonight. There's Burlage. He's stopped at the line of scrimmage by Kepper. Makes a nice tackle. Bears are not giving up the fight. They may be giving it up on the scoreboard, but the fight is still there.
I'm just surprised we're not seeing some clean jerseys in there from Dyersville here with less than 5 minutes to go. I mean,
it's not like last week at Cascade when they only had like 7 kids on the sideline.
They got plenty of kids over there.
They got 5, 11, 12, 19 kids that I can count, and probably a coach or two they could play if they. No, I'm just kidding. That's not in the rule book. Well, stick with us after the game, and we'll talk about the game, but we'll talk about a few other things, and we will, close it up with Wayne and Jerry. Inside handoff to Oswinkle. Just another one of those inside handoff plays. They've ran 3 or 4 times, but this time Big Mike's right on him, and they're going to give him 2 yards. It'll bring up 3rd and 8 at the 33 with exactly 4 minutes remaining in the 4th quarter.
I'd like to see the play count after this game.
Oh, good heavens.
I would hate to see the play count.
We will get the stats from stat man extraordinaire Chad Schutte at the end of the game. Jerry's right down there by him. I'm sure can convince him again to take a picture so we can talk about that, but he usually does. He's pretty good about it. 3rd and 8. I think they're going to run 21 right out towards you, Jerry. And no, inside. Quick hit to Wolf. Taking a man with him for a few yards.
He's no slouch.
No, at 160 pounds, and he's dragging a guy that's 195. Give him 3 or 4. It's going to be 4th and a long 3 from the 33.
They obviously got a good weight program.
Yeah. You know who their weight, strength, and conditioning coach is?
No.
Head coach Cole Mather is the strength and conditioning coach for the Blazers.
So
that'll say something.
So when they have lifting, you better be there.
You might want to be there.
Yeah.
You know what? I don't even think the Blazers care if they get a 1st and 10 here.
No, I don't.
They've got 9 seconds left on the play clock.
They've done what needed to be done here.
Probably there's a rollout left, Raker, and he's going to get the 1st down and slide in play to keep that clock running. Smart play by that young man. There's a man on the ground over here for the Blazers. Let's hope he's okay. Officials timeout.
But this is exactly what I was talking about. 33. Cole Hirsch.
They're taking him out now.
I mean, why do you need the ones in there with 2:42 to go.
And they may now, they can run the clock. Basically, they should be able to run the clock 40, 40, and 40 is 120 seconds. So, you're looking down to about $1.20 for sure. And they're not in any hurry. And the clock's going to be running now, so it's going to be less than that, actually.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you want to take a guess on time of possession?
Well, when there's 45 and a half minutes gone right now, I'm going to say the Blazers are at 35 minutes to maybe 12 of West Branch.
34-10.
Oh my good heavens.
Offsides.
And there's a penalty on West Branch.
I'd say it's offsides on the Bears.
And it is. Wayne he's all over that one. Free 5 yards, and the clock may run since the defensive penalty.
When you have that kind of an advantage and you got an offensive line like Dyersville Beckman in the back and just leaning on the defensive line, that's just going to wear them down.
You start sucking air quickly if you're not holding them off. The only way to offset that is to bring the punch back. And unfortunately tonight, the Bears have not brought that punch back at them.
I'm going to go way out on a limb, and I'm not a fan of officials, but I think they've done a halfway decent job tonight.
They really have.
I've always been told when you don't notice them, they've done a good job.
Yeah.
So.
And the only time I've even said anything, he called it right away on that.
Yeah, they called it.
All right, here's your dive play up the middle. He's got a lot of room. Bertledge again. He's carrying Bears to about the 5-yard line. Now they're in the territory to where I think they can get into the victory formation unless Coach Mather really wants to put another one on.
Yeah, this will be interesting.
On the board, yeah. The way the math is running here, the game clock should run, but it's not. Now it is. Okay, now we got it. So the math shows me they don't have to snap this till about 1:16. Yeah, this is down it, and the best formation in football, if you're that team, not West Branch, best formation in football, Matt, it's the victory formation. And right now, the Blazers are not in it. They're going same formation they've been in, unless they're just going to snap it and take a knee. It's a high snap, and he just grabs it, and then he falls to the ground. So that's as good, I guess, as taking a knee, but I don't think that
I'll bet they go to the victory formation now.
Yeah.
I get this time of the game and all this takes me back to when Pekin won the state championship. They came up here and played us.
There it is.
Tom Stone was the coach, and he called timeout at the end of the game to 50-point us.
The first half.
I'm going to tell you what, I'm not a good loser anyway. I've been working on it, but I'm not a good loser.
45 seconds and ticking and 13 on the game clock. So they are in that victory formation. For the Blazers, it's their time to shine tonight. When he takes this snap, he just did. That is probably going to bring us to the final bell of this game.
Right. Like I was saying, though, Stone called timeout to 50-point us. Obviously, you knew they were going to win the state.
Yeah.
So about 1 or 2 years later, we get the chance to do it. And Butch didn't call a timeout, and you know where I'm headed right after the game. I said, why didn't you call a timeout to pay him back? And he goes, that's not the way we do things at West Branch.
That's not the way you
I
do
kind of learned a
things.
lesson there.
Yeah. Well, speaking of learning lessons, what did West Branch learn tonight? As the final bell sounds, they don't have a horn, but it's all zeros. It's Dyersville Beckman 41. It's West Branch 13. West Branch learned tonight that Dyersville Beckman was one heck of a football team. And I've got the final stats here, and we don't need to worry about the.
Who did they lose to the last 2 weeks is my first question.
They lost to Wilton last week, who the Bears will face in 2 weeks.
You bet. You bet.
It's the second-ranked team in the state, and they also, I want to say they lost to, is it Monticello? I'll look it up. Johnny on the spot. I should know that off the top of my head, but I don't.
This was a huge win for him, I'll tell you that right now.
Well, here's your total yards. 393 total yards for the Blazers, 228 for West Branch. The Blazers had 275 rushing yards.
Good.
Wow. That is.
And of those 275, didn't you say that what's his name had 230 or 40 of those 275?
Yeah. Wait a second. That's not even the final. That was the end of the third quarter.
I was going to say.
We're not done yet. Chad Schutte will hook us up here soon with some final stats. But boys, Jerry and Wayne, I'll let you guys chat it up here for a couple seconds about this game and about the experience of the Bearcats. And unfortunately tonight, the Bears got second place. It was 41-13. Jerry, go ahead and come over here to the sideline. I think we've talked, and we may not be doing any interviewing tonight of the players. We're kind of going to give them a break. I hate to take that. We hate to take that away from you, but we'll just have a little chit chat, a little powwow, talk a little, put some positive spin on this game, going hopefully in the next week against Iowa City Regina. But
Yeah.
Dyersville Beckman tonight was the better team, Wayne, and there's no doubt about it. Not just on the scoreboard, but no doubt in my mind they are the best team.
They're a good football team. I mean, I don't care if they've lost 2 games or not. Losing to Wilton, for sure, that's not a slouch. I think
That's
Wilton's
right.
the real deal. And, I mean, I think this was a huge game for them to be able to come here and beat us on our home turf. And it should give them a little momentum for the rest of the season, I would think.
I would think so as well. Well, I've got the actual final stats now. Wayne, I'm going to pull this up. Look at the time of possession. Out of 48 minutes, Dyersville Beckman 37 minutes and 27 seconds.
Oh, my
West
goodness.
Branch 10 minutes and 34 seconds.
I mean,
that is crazy. Total offense tonight. Beckman Blazers 480 yards, 362 yards rushing out of 480. Final stats for young Mr. Burlage. He had rushing tonight 28 carries for 250 yards and 3 touchdowns.
I told you, I thought he'd have 300 before it was over with.
Wow, and their other young back, 16 carries for 84 yards. All those dive plays added up to 84 yards rushing.
But you know what he did? That little guy just go in there and tuck in behind those huge linemen and just follow them. That's all you had to do.
And Beckman was 9 of 15 passing for 119. And then second half, they were 3 for 3 for 57 yards and 1 touchdown. Actually, 2 touchdowns. So, guys, let's take stock. Take stock a little bit here. West Branch is now 2-3. They are 1-1 in the district. Not all is lost. If the Bears can find one more victory out of the last 3 games, they have a really good shot of being that 4 seed in this district and getting into the postseason. So what do you guys, from what you saw tonight and what you've seen from the season leading up to this, starting with you, Jerry, where does West Branch go from here?
Well, I think the main thing on it is they're going to have to control the mistakes on there, the big plays on there. We were just overmatched on the line. I mean, Dyersville controlled the line of scrimmage both offensive and defensively. And when we only have the ball for 10 minutes, it's pretty hard to win a football game. So, it was just a tough game. So, not a great matchup for us, probably where we're at. We've got some players that are injured. We need to get them back on there. And I think that then take stock and play the best game that you can on there. I think probably Coach Nestor is probably obviously he's disappointed because we're on the wrong side of the scoreboard. But in the same respect, you got next week. Now, Regina will not be easy over there on there, but then you've got also Wilton, and then you've got, Durant to finish out. So there's some opportunities there, but got to keep getting better. Go back to that, get 1% better every day.
You hope so. And for you, Wayne, this is a game you want to wash.
Yeah.
You want to wash it.
You flush it.
You flush it, but the bad news is it doesn't get any easier. As you just gave us the schedule, Jerry, Iowa City Regina at Iowa City Regina next week. The Regals are going to probably be undefeated, 5-0 going to that game, and ranked 5th in the state and with a bullet coming down the line.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I don't think it's time to pass in the songbooks.
No, of
I
course
really
not.
don't. I
Heavens,
think
no.
I think
That's a lot of
this
season.
team's got room to grow, and I mean, if it takes one more game to get in the playoffs, I'm sure they'll get one more. They did not give up tonight. I mean, I hope people don't think that they gave up, because they didn't. They played hard till the end, and that's all you can ask. But I mean, they met a team tonight that was playing very well. Beckman came down here, had a good game plan, and they executed it. And there weren't a lot of there were several turnovers that really hurt us. I mean, like we were talking about in the game.
Special teams turnover.
Yeah, them turnovers really hurt you. And unfortunately, we were the ones that had the turnovers,
Looking at just some quick stats for West Branch. You got to find positives. Look at West Branch all but abandoned the run in the second half. I mean, sometimes the scoreboard has to dictate that. But look at what West Branch did. Cooper Gates had 9 carries for 93. He averaged 10 yards a carry tonight. Almost had 100 yards rushing, and you wouldn't have known it. And that was mostly all in the first half.
Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised at that one. I got to be honest. I thought sure he'd break one before the night was over with the way the game started.
Well, we just
he was on the verge.
Yeah.
He was on the verge several times there to start with.
He had that big run here in the second half.
Right,
and then we touchdown, and then the Bears.
We just kind of went away from it. Yeah, yep. I don't. Of course, we didn't have that many opportunities.
That's right. You got it. When you're that down, it's tough.
But that's an example to me. He was still running hard. I mean, the kids did not give up, and
I think that's what I was most impressed with. They didn't give up. On there. It was just a tough matchup for us tonight.
And like I said, we just hit a Dyersville team that happened to be playing real well tonight. Yep. So I mean, what did they do that wasn't good? I guess.
Yep.
I mean,
22 first downs to 8. Well, that plays into 37 minutes to 10 minutes on the field. That's. You have a team.
I don't think I've ever seen a time of possession that lopsided before in my life.
Like and I think there again, I'm going to go all the way back to the end of the first half. Uh-huh. That's why that touchdown was so big, because with a team like them, what are you going to do? They're going to run the ball. They're going to kill the clock the second half.
A 14-point lead, like
right.
a 28-point lead.
Yeah, right. They're just going to kill the clock. They had the perfect team to play from ahead.
Yep.
And we didn't have the team to play catch up. So.
Yep. When you're ahead, when you got a big lead, you want big guys up front and big rushing.
They could run the ball. And there again, that almost gets back to the old West Branch football. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
You give us the football. And there again, I'm going to say even like before half, how many times did you see us call timeout with like a minute left in the half and we score?
Yeah.
I don't know how many times we've done that.
Yeah.
Well, guys, let's kind of wrap this up. I can tell you the scoreboard wasn't what we'd hoped for the Bears, but from the Bearcast perspective, it just doesn't get much better than having sideline Jerry Flagle on the sideline and Wayne Lang up here in the booth to help tell the story for these kids. And I wish it would have been better outcome for us all, but you know what? It wasn't for the lack of effort from the kids, and the heart and the passion you guys have for West Branch football is undeniable.
Right. I mean, it's all about the kids.
Yep.
That's, we can feel as bad as we want to, but it's all about the kids, and it always has been. That's why I did what I did.
Yeah.
I do it for the kids, and like you say, I mean, the sun will come up tomorrow morning, and away we go again.
And Bear football will strap it up again and bring it home, hopefully next Friday night.
Yep.
Guys, it's been a pleasure. Thank you for joining us.
Well, thank you for the opportunity to come back. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much and thank you again one more time for the work you guys do, and keep the Bears in the spotlight for us.
Coach Nestor and staff and West Branch players, it didn't go the way you wanted it tonight, but like Wayne just said, the sun's going to come up tomorrow, and I got a feeling about what's going to happen with these kids growing and getting better the next 3 weeks plus. But one game at a time. Final score here tonight, Beckman 41, West Branch 13. For Wayne Lang, Jerry Flagle, and Matt.